Now the wallet.
Do you feel better now, Colin? Calling me a pervert. There he is, right there, Rocky. Look at, there's old Colin C. You gonna come up on my panel, Colin, and say it to my face, you fucker? Colin? Colin, you gonna come up here and say it to my face? You stupid fucking Englishman. This is an American chat. Fuck you, cocksuckers. Fuck every single one of you. I don't go to your country and behave that way. You guys don't really have a chat. Billy the pervert. Oh, you're real tough, Colin. Oh, happy birthday to you, Colin. What a dumb fucker you are, Colin. You really are a dumb motherfucker. Rocky, I hope this guy isn't your fucking friend.
Extra value meals are back.
Right now, get a $5.
You're so funny, Colin. Yeah, you're missing half your teeth, Colin. Daisy. Fucking moron.
Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9.
What a fucking moron you are, Colin. Oh, I got Billy mad. Oh, no, you didn't. You made yourself look like a fool. That's your boy there, Wiggin. That's your boy.
$1 billion overhaul of Dulles Airport.
We'll replace the current C and D concourses, which are basic disasters, all the while preserving the iconic original terminal.
He says a roughly 32,000 spot parking garage will be built across from the terminal. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the problematic people movers are getting the axe.
These are like elevated buses. It's kind of like, it looks like it's from Star Wars, if you will. And they're slow and people are angry about them. We were going to get rid of those. We were going to have a horseshoe train system throughout the airport,
making it easier for you to move between terminals. Construction is expected to begin next spring. Dr. Anthony Fauci invokes the Fifth Amendment 111 times during a Senate committee hearing today on the origins of COVID and his handling of the pandemic.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Committee Chair Rand Paul is frustrated. He says next week the committee will vote on whether to hold Fauci in contempt of Congress.
He has cited a privilege that is unsupported because of his blanket pardon and because he waived the privilege by testifying at the start.
Despite the presidential pardon, critics have suggested Fauci could still face charges if he perjures himself under oath. Fauci accused Paul of trying to get him to say something incriminating. The nation's capital is preparing to host another major event for America's 250th birthday.
Freedom 250 Grand Prix.
Bud Danker, president of Penske, running the Indy race.
Our simulations show that on Pennsylvania Avenue, our cars will be about 185 miles an hour legally.
And if there's weather like last night or on July 4th?
Indy cars race in the rain. We just change the tires and put rain tires on, right? It causes more calamity.
For fans, there are 10 safe havens to get out of any weather and plenty of security, dubbed mag and bag for magnetometers and clear bag policies, as well as all hands on deck for local and federal law enforcement. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
The Fed votes 9-3 to keep its benchmark interest rate unchanged at around 3.6%.
The economy is showing impressive resilience. Even with recent shocks, the trends are positive and reveal solid growth.
Chair Kevin Warsh says job gains have kept pace with the workforce and the unemployment rates changed very little.
Inflation remains elevated relative to the committee's 2% goal. The committee remains resolute. You've heard this before, but we will deliver price stability.
A rate hike is widely expected at the Fed's next meeting in September. President Trump's asking the Supreme Court to overturn a civil court verdict ordering him to pay $83 million to writer E. Jean Carroll for defaming her.
President Trump's Justice Department attorneys say he has immunity from the defamation verdict because the defamatory comments he made about Carroll were made in 2019 when he was president. They point to the 2024 Supreme Court ruling giving the president immunity for official acts. Trump was ordered to pay Carroll $83.3 million for defaming her while denying her claim that he sexually assaulted her in the mid-90s in a Manhattan store dressing room. It comes a month after the Supreme Court rejected the president's request that it hear his appeal of the $5 million verdict a federal jury awarded Carroll in a separate but related civil case. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Traffic and weather next.
500 orders a month was manageable. 5,000 is madness. Embrace intelligent order fulfillment with ShipStation, the only platform combining order management, warehouse workflows, inventory, returns, and analytics in one place. What used to take 5 separate tools, ShipStation does in one. Automate fulfillment and rate shopping to ship up to 15 times more with up to 90% savings. Go to ShipStation.com and use code AUDIO to try ShipStation free for 60 days.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
If I were to ask you what makes for a good night's sleep, you'd probably say a dark, quiet room, not too many things on your mind. But every night when you go to get some Z's, how often do you really think about the temperature in your bedroom? Temperature may be one of the most underappreciated factors in sleep. That's according to the Senior Vice President of Research and Scientific Affairs at the National Sleep Foundation. We often hear about lights and screens and stress, but even modest changes in temperature and airflow can influence both how quickly you fall asleep and how deeply you stay asleep. Most experts will recommend a room temperature of 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. You might also experiment with your sheets and what you actually wear to bed. Play around a bit and see what improves your sleep. You might be delightfully surprised. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
We're not quite at the wind down point of this drive home. The inner loop is still a mess from exit 46 in Virginia to the 270 spur. And then again, heavy traffic from Old Georgetown Road to University Boulevard. In Virginia, between the Springfield Interchange and the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, very heavy traffic, as well as the local lane split merge to US 1. Stop and go traffic through there. In DC, the 3rd Street Tunnel is a mess in both directions, northbound between D Street and New York Avenue, southbound between Massachusetts Avenue and Southeast Southwest Freeway. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, 68, mainly clear. Another comfortable day tomorrow. Sun to clouds, upper 80s with a northwest breeze. Friday, sunny 90. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stigicon, WMAL.
82 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. We can't possibly fit into the 3 hours of this program everything I want to get to. That said, I want to focus a bit on Fauci and the COVID virus, because what the nation went through was quite horrendous in so many respects. And covering up for the communist Chinese and their lab and the funding that our government provided that lab is really unacceptable. It was Tom Cotton who first raised the possibility of the lab. It was my show on Life, Liberty, and Levin with a guest, a man who was formerly the New York Times science writer, Nicholas Wade, who had written a long piece who I brought onto the program that pushed this really into the national mindset in a very significant way, because he is a very serious writer for a very liberal newspaper. And he was retired, but he was very, very concerned about what was taking place in the reporting. And I gave him the first national platform that he had. And people don't remember how free speech during that period of time was under attack, like everything else in terms of our civil liberties. But most TV hosts and radio hosts were too worried, too nervous, too stressed to take a firm stand. And I'm not talking about the nut jobs and the conspiracy nuts. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about legitimate, substantive positions. So Nicholas Wade was on Life, Liberty, and Levin on May 23, 2021. I don't normally do this, but I need to do this because it's very important. Our history is very important, especially when it comes to this virus and the lack of civil liberties. Cut 2, go. Our guest is Nicholas Wade. The question is the origin of COVID-19. This was brought to my attention by a friend of mine, David Berlinski, one of the smartest people I've ever met. He's been on this program a few years back, and he said, Mark, you got to read this article, and you need to have Mr. Wade on your program to talk about this. That is the origin of the coronavirus. And Mr. Wade is an investigative science writer. He's formerly New York Times science writer, formerly writer with Nature and Science, so he knows something about these subjects. And I want to thank you for coming on the program. The first paragraph, sir, of your piece, which is published in something called the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, so it sounds like it's quite legitimate. The first paragraph says, the COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted lives the world over for more than a year. Its death toll will soon reach 3 million people. Yet the origin of pandemic remains uncertain. The political agendas of governments and scientists have generated thick clouds of obfuscation, which the mainstream press seems helpless to dispel. So I want to go through some of this so it's understandable to all of us, some of the institutions, some of the names, and you can fill it in for us if you don't mind, sir. So let's begin with identifying some of the institutions and actors. What exactly is the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases in Washington, D.C.?
Well, that's a branch of the National Institutes of Health, and it awards grants to scientists in the U.S. and abroad who study matters of interest to allergy and infectious diseases. And in particular, it supports research into animal viruses that seem to have the potential of spilling over into humans, and that includes these bat viruses called coronaviruses.
Is it a big bureaucracy? Is it a heavily funded bureaucracy? Do you know?
I don't know for sure, but all these components of the NIH, the National Institutes of Health, have a lot of money to give out. They fund lots of research. It will be hundreds of millions of dollars, if not approaching $1 billion.
So who is the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases?
Well, that's Dr. Anthony Fauci.
And he's been there a long time, about 37 years by my calculation. Now, what is the Wuhan Institute of Virology?
So that is the leading center in China for studying coronaviruses. And it's in Wuhan. And the chief scientist there is called Dr. Zheng Li Shi, who is an expert on bat viruses.
In fact, in your piece, and others have called her the Bat Lady. That's how expert she is on bat viruses, correct?
That's right. She's been collecting these viruses from the caves in southern China and elsewhere where bats hang out for many years, and she has an enormous collection of them.
Who is Ralph S. Barrick?
Well, Ralph Barrick is her counterpart in the US, you might say. He's a very distinguished coronavirus researcher. He trained Dr. Shi in many of his techniques, particularly those for genetically engineering coronaviruses, and he's a leader in his field.
And I'm going through this. I want the American people to know so we understand the individuals that you write about. We understand these institutions, and then we can draw some more information out about them and what's been taking place here. What is gain of function or GOF research?
Well, this is anything you do to a virus that increases its pathogenicity. So it's long been possible with new techniques of genetic engineering to make changes in a virus's genome and to add properties to it that it didn't have before. And that is called gain of function if you make it more pathogenic.
Is this a controversial area of research, getting viruses and making them more lethal?
Yes, it has been controversial because of its obvious danger. For a period from 2014 2017, it was under a US government moratorium on funding such research. And the moratorium was lifted, but it was replaced by a sort of reporting system. If you were funding research of this kind, you meant to report into the government that you were doing it.
And what is the theory behind research like this, making viruses more lethal, particularly lethal for human beings?
Well, that's right. It sounds crazy at first sight, but the rationale is that many of these viruses are going eventually to jump over from animals to humans anyway, once they acquire sort of a couple of mutations that allows them to make that jump. And so if we could define those mutations in advance, we would get a jump on the virus, or a jump on what it was going to do naturally, and that would give us a leg up in trying to predict and prevent future epidemics. That's the rationale for conferring gain of function on these viruses.
So basically, create in a lab more lethal viruses from the original virus, so you can try and figure out what to do with it should it become more lethal and jump into human beings. Is that about right?
Yes, that's right. With one exception is you're not always working with the original virus. You are often swapping into it bits and pieces from related viruses that may be able to do something better or spread the range of hosts the virus can attack.
Now, this expert, this Chinese expert scientist at the Wuhan lab, you say she set out to create coronaviruses with the highest possible infectivity on human cells. Is this what she's known to do?
She's not known just for that. She's known as a sort of general expert on coronaviruses.
Now, I assume if you're going to be messing around with viruses and making them more lethal, that there's some level of safety you need to have at these labs. And you say there are 4 degrees of safety, designated BSL-1 to BSL-4, with BSL-4 being the most restrictive and designed for deadly pathogens like the Ebola virus. And you're right, the Wuhan Institute of Virology has a new BSL-4 lab, but its state of readiness considerably alarmed the State Department inspectors who visited Beijing. Much of her work, gain of function coronavirus, you write, however, was not performed in the highest safety level of BSL-4. It wasn't at BSL-3, it was BSL-2. And you get the input from an expert from Rutgers by the name of Professor Albrecht, and he says, it's clear that some or all of this work was being performed using a biosafety standard, biosafety level 2, the level of standard in a dentist's office. In a dentist's office? Well, that raises some issues, doesn't it, sir?
Yes, it does. I mean, there are rather general issues because these were the internationally agreed rules for working on coronaviruses. If you were working on the 2 coronaviruses that caused the 2 previous epidemics, the SARS-1 epidemic and the MERS epidemic, you had to research those only in BSL-3. But if you were working on any other coronavirus, you could work in BSL-2. So Dr. Shi was following the international rules. It's just that to outsiders, it seems there's an illogicality there, because if you create a particularly dangerous coronavirus in BSL-2, your safety precautions may be inadequate and it may well escape.
So in this lab, the Wuhan lab, they're working on viruses. I'm putting this in Mark's plain English. Viruses that could become more killer viruses, more lethal viruses to human beings. The level of safety in this lab, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 being the highest, is a 2. And I want to ask you a couple other questions related to this, sir. Who is Peter Daszak?
Okay, so Peter Daszak has an important role in this story. He is the president of an organization in New York called the Eco Health Alliance. And its main concern is to study animal viruses around the world that might turn into human pathogens. Now, the NIAID, as we've discussed, that gave the grant, it did not do so, it did not give the grant directly to Dr. Shi at the Wuhan Institute. It gave it to Peter Daszak. So he is the prime investigator on this grant, and he then subcontracted Dr. Shi to do the work on coronaviruses.
All right, we're live now. I have to take a break. This is very important. It was important when we did this over 5 years ago, and it's important tonight, right now. I will pick up where we leave off when we return.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
For nearly 3,000 years, Homer's The Odyssey has inspired readers with timeless lessons about courage, duty, loyalty, family, leadership, and the search for home. Odysseus battles cyclopses, sirens, storms, and temptation itself. Pride, comfort, and despair. These challenges still resonate today. That's why Hillsdale College created its new free online course, The Odyssey, taught by Hillsdale College professors. It explores the great books and enduring ideas at the heart of Western civilization. Enroll free today at levinforhillsdale.com. Read the classics, study the West. Start now.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We have heavy traffic all around the DMV, and it's causing some serious slowdowns. The Beltway Inner Loop hasn't had a break since around 2 or 3 o'clock from exit 46 all the way to the 270 spur. Then once you get past Old Georgetown Road, you're going to have heavy traffic all the way around to University Boulevard. The 3rd Street Tunnel in D.C., northbound D Street to New York Avenue, parking lot, southbound from D Street to Southeast Southwest Freeway. It's stop and go. Baltimore Washington Parkway northbound between Route 202 and Powder Mill Road. Traffic is stop and go through there. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear with highs in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, increasing clouds with highs in the upper 80s.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
How often do you stop to wonder whether you should share something that's revealing, maybe even embarrassing, with a partner, a friend, or even your boss? In her new book called Revealing, The Underrated Power of Oversharing, behavioral scientist Leslie John says doing just that can help you deepen relationships that are vital to your life. We need people to trust us in order to get things like love, friendship, and career success. That's what she told us. When you make yourself vulnerable by revealing something sensitive, it does make other people trust you. In turn, when you ask someone to reveal something about themselves, showing that interest will generally lead someone to like you more. Why? Because people like to be asked about themselves, she says. It also signals that they are discriminating and choosy, but in a good way. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Whether you're craving a Big Mac, McNuggets, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, make it a meal and save. Your favorite is now your wallet's favorite, too. Extra value meals are back.
Right now, get a $5 sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal, complete with hash browns and a small premium roast coffee. Pricing participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing.
Looking for a college that delivers real value and a great experience without breaking the bank? At Jefferson Community College, you get high-quality education, affordable tuition, and hands-on learning that prepares you for what's next. The college is more than the classroom. Jefferson offers vibrant student activities, championship-level sports teams, leadership opportunities, and a campus community where you belong. Smart choice, strong future. Jefferson Community College. Discover more at sunyjefferson.edu.
Looking for great food, great views, and a great time? Come check out DJ's at the Park, a bar and restaurant located right inside Thompson Park Golf Course. And just to be clear, DJ's at the Park is open to everyone. Have to be a golfer to enjoy delicious food, refreshing drinks, and one of the best views in the park. It's the perfect stop for golfers, park goers, and families. With the pool, splash pad, and playground all right here, it makes it an easy choice for everyone. DJ's at the Park. It's the place to be with special events all season long.
Reliable. You're going to love it. Again, any Pure Talk plan, including their unlimited data plans, even their top tier $65 a month plans, just $15 a month for your first 3 months. That's a savings of up to $150. But I'd switch today because this offer is extremely short-lived. Switch to Pure Talk. Enjoy your first 3 months of talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. Just dial pound 250 and say Mark Levin to be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mark Levin to start saving.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Let's pick up right where we left off. Go. Let me get this straight, because this is important, I think, to the American people. Our official federal infectious disease office, Director Fauci, runs it. They gave a grant to this intermediary organization, Eco Health Alliance in New York, run by Peter Daszak. They, in turn, gave a grant to Dr. Shi in the Wuhan lab to do exactly what?
Well, her task, which we know because the abstracts of the grant have been are a matter of public record. Her task was to explore what made the spike protein, that's the part of the coronavirus that sticks out and actually attacks its target on human cells or on what other animal it may be infecting. She was to explore the range of infectivity of these spike proteins from a range of coronaviruses, and she would swap them in one by one to a sort of generic coronavirus backbone to see which spike proteins made the virus most infective. That seems to have been her program. And that's more or less what Dr. Daszak describes in an interview he gave in December 2019, just before the pandemic hit.
So we're funding, in part, this lab in China, run by Dr. Xi, through a party in New York, run by Peter Daszak. And the purpose of this funding is to increase the lethality of coronaviruses, theoretically for the purpose of trying to figure out what to do with these more lethal viruses should these more lethal viruses become manifested, correct?
Well, I think that's basically right, but I think I would put the emphasis in a slightly different place. I mean, first of all, it was definitely the duty of Dr. Fauci and the NIAID to explore these viruses and see what kind of danger they presented, because they had already generated 2 pandemics, the SARS-1 and the MERS epidemic, so it was a very legitimate subject of research for him. And that was the overall purpose of the grant. It wasn't in itself to create the most dangerous virus, it was to explore the infective possibilities inherent in the natural viruses circulating in bats in China.
Would it be the responsibility of a government agency to make sure that a lab that's getting ultimately federal dollars for this sort of research has the security and safety measures that it ought to have? Apparently the State Department didn't think it did.
Well, I think that's a very interesting question, and probably we can't answer it quite yet. I mean, supposing there'd been a virus escape from a lab in the US, a lab that was funded by NIAID, I don't think we'd immediately say, well, UNID are responsible for that. I think, first of all, we'd look to the director of the lab and say, was he following all applicable safety rules? Did he take all necessary precautions?
All right, we're going to take a little break here as I continue to press this matter. Press it a little harder with Nicholas Wade when we return. We'll be right back. In a world that is increasingly turning against Israel, I am proud to stand with Pastors John and Matt Hagee and Hagee Ministries. For decades, Hagee Ministries has stood with the people of Israel through prayer, compassion, and action. One of the incredible organizations they support helps bring children from some of the poorest and most difficult places in the world to Israel for life-saving heart surgery. Your gift today to Hagee Ministries can help provide hope and a future for children who desperately need a chance to live. And your gift is tax deductible, every single penny. Please go to jhm.org/LEVIN today. Click donate and choose support Israel. Your generosity can help save lives, folks. Stand with Israel. Stand with Hagee Ministries. Please do it today at jhm.org/LEVIN or call Hagee Ministries at 855-694-9647. That's 855-694-9647.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. Dulles Airport is getting a major overhaul. Today, President Trump unveiled his roughly $22 billion renovation plan that will
add more than 5 million square feet of new or renovated space.
He says the C&D concourses will be replaced while the original terminal will be preserved. And instead of people movers, you'll be able to take an underground train between terminals. Work is expected to begin next spring. More Marylanders are being confined to their bathrooms thanks to cyclosporiasis. In the last week, Maryland's seen more than 38 more confirmed cases of the parasite that gives its victims explosive diarrhea. Since May, state health officials have recorded 148 cases. They're investigating whether there's a common link. Taylor Farms shredded iceberg lettuce from Mexico has been linked to cases in 9 states, prompting a recall. Traffic and weather next.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In D.C., still slow traffic on the Anacostia Freeway southbound from Nanny Helen Burroughs Avenue Northeast to past East Capitol Street. Then another section of Anacostia Freeway southbound between South Capitol Street, Suitland Parkway, and the Beltway. Volume is the issue there. On the George Washington Memorial Parkway northbound between 14th Street Bridge and the Memorial Bridge, very heavy traffic there. Also northbound between Route 123 and the Beltway on the George Washington Memorial Parkway. And we still have the problems on the Beltway inner loop between exit 46 and the 270 spur. Traffic is stopped or extremely slow. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear with highs in the upper 60s. Right now in Washington, 80 degrees. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
There are lots of things you can measure to get an idea of how healthy you are at any given moment. Temperature, heart rate, blood pressure, just to name a few. But how about how healthy you will be and how long you're likely to live? According to a new study out of the University of Buffalo, 2 simple strength tests are pretty accurate at predicting longevity in older women. One is hand grip strength, and the other is how quickly people can stand up from a seated position without using their arms. By the way, I remember interviewing former President Jimmy Carter when he was quite old and being really impressed how he just popped out of the chair without using his arms. Not a lot of older people can actually do that. But I think the message here is that maintaining strength as you age is going to help you perform everyday activities, but also help you avoid injury and stay independent. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Whether you're craving a Big Mac, McNuggets, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, make it a meal and save. Your favorite is now your wallet's favorite, too. Extra value meals are back.
Right now, get a $5 sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal, complete with hash browns and a small premium roast coffee. Price of participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing.
Looking for great food, great views, and a great time? Come check out DJ's at the Park, a bar and restaurant located right inside Townsend Park Golf Course. And just to be clear, DJ's at the Park is open to everyone. Have to be a golfer to enjoy delicious food, refreshing drinks, and one of the best views in the park. It's the perfect stop for golfers, park goers, and families. With the pool, splash pad, and playground all right here, it makes it an easy choice for everyone. DJ's at the Park. It's the place to be with special events all season long.
WMAL, making sense of party politics, because somebody's got to hold their feet to the fire. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
We're going to pick up where we left off, because I want to try and pack it all into this hour if we can. Remember, it's Nicholas Wade, formerly of the New York Times, and the science editor, the science writer there, about COVID and where it came from. Go ahead.
So I think the responsibility lies first and foremost with the lab director. And then if you wish to go one step back, in this case, you arrive at Dr. Dashak. He was the principal investigator on the grant. And maybe, though I don't know exactly how the regulations are written, but just sort of in general terms, you would think he would be the first sort of oversight person responsible for making sure that his sub-grantees, like Dr. Shi, were working in safe conditions. But now, if I could take it one step further back than that, as I've mentioned, Dr. Shi was working in exactly the same rules as are followed by virologists all around the world. So now you could argue, well, the virologists have set these rules far too low to be easy on themselves. They don't like suiting up in a bubble suit for the BSL level 4. That's what you see the pictures of Dr. Shi around the internet. She's wearing one of these bubble suits. Right. Those are not the conditions she was working in. So it may be that responsibility is also shared, or it should be looked at in terms of what the virology community as a whole was recommending in terms of these safety levels.
Here with Nicholas Wade, who is a well-known writer about science and worked for the New York Times, Nature, Science magazines, all these expert sort of areas, and wrote a piece that has really drawn my attention, the attention of a lot of people, in something called the Bulletin of Atomic Science. So it sounds pretty important. And so I took a look at this, and I want to get into this again further. Peter Daszak, you said, he's the president of the Eco Health Alliance of New York. He got a grant from our infectious disease federal department. He used a grant to fund some of the research at the Wuhan lab. Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Wade. Daszak, there's a publication called Lancet. And what did Daszak and Lancet wind up doing in terms when the pandemic first broke out?
Well, when it first broke out, there were two very reasonable scenarios for the origin of the virus. And one, it could have jumped naturally from animals, and the other, it could have escaped from the lab, which after all, right in the middle of Wuhan is the Wuhan Institute of Virology, as we've said. But right from the beginning, public perception favored natural emergence over lab escape. And that perception was very much shaped by a letter that appeared in the Lancet and derided lab escape as a conspiracy theory, and said that natural emergence, of course, was the way this virus had emerged, and we should all stand shoulder to shoulder with our Chinese colleagues on the forefront of fighting the disease. Now, this letter, it later turned out, had been drafted and organized by Dr. Daszak, who, of course, if the virus had indeed escaped from the Wuhan lab, he might certainly be perceived as being at fault for not overseeing it better. So he had a clear conflict of interest, which unfortunately was not declared to the readers of the Lancet. And indeed, his letter ends, "We declare no conflict of interest."
And this was cited by a lot of the media at the time, as I recall, and people who said, well, maybe we ought to look at the lab and so forth, as you point out. They were dismissed. Some of them were dismissed as kooks. President Trump said maybe we should look at the lab, and maybe that had an influence on the media in our country. Who is Kristen Anderson?
Well, he's a virologist, and he was the author of a second letter, which also was widely influential in shaping public perceptions. And this second letter also said that the virus could clearly not have been manipulated, and therefore natural emergence was the best solution. But in fact, there was no good scientific basis for his statement. He was assuring the public of something that he could not know for sure. And that is something that, in general, scientists, in my view, should not do.
So we have these scientific journals, we have these scientists, we have sort of these groups of scientists. In the case of Dancic, he had 25, actually 35 signatures. We have the second one from Anderson, 5 signatures. The media basically used these letters as an argument that it had to be from animal, jump to human beings. Why do you think the media was so incurious? I mean, people are getting ill. This is a pandemic. Wouldn't you, I mean, if you were back at the New York Times and so forth, wouldn't you say to your editor, I want to know how the hell this happened?
Well, I agree, Mark. It's very puzzling to me why the media, headed by the science journalists that are on the staff of most mainstream newspapers and networks, didn't run after this story, which by any standards was one of the biggest science stories of the decade. And I am perplexed to know why they didn't see through the rather large holes in the Anderson and Dancic letters that so much shaped the public opinion. But with the science journalists sort of going along with the natural emergence theory, their editors, who I guess will depend on their advice, went along too. And in addition, the whole issue became horribly politicized, essentially by President Trump saying the virus escaped from the Wuhan lab and not providing any evidence. Now, I'm pretty sure, my guess is that what his intelligence service said to him was exactly the same as they've been saying under the Biden administration, namely that we cannot rule out the possibility of lab escape. And Mr. Trump, I fear, dropped all those caveats and announced it as if it were an outright fact. So therefore, everyone who was with President Trump sort of favored lab escape, and everyone who was against President Trump refused to consider it. It seems to me to be a reflection of how sort of politicized our whole public discussion has become, that these political attitudes prevailed over what should have been scientific curiosity.
Well, let me say 2 things about that. If I'm Mr. Xi in Communist China, and if the President of the United States says it came out of a lab, then why wouldn't I provide the data that you indicate in your article that the Chinese have but they won't release to prove otherwise? And I suspect President Trump may have been trying to goad the Communist Chinese into providing that data. He said it came out of the lab. All the Communist Chinese had to do is say, wait a minute, here's our data, have access to our lab. Isn't it interesting that the Chinese will not, as you say in your article, release any of the data related to this research?
Yes, I think it is. One has to sort of bear in mind that the sort of knee-jerk reaction of authoritarian regimes is to suppress data, and the Chinese did suppress data after the SARS-1 epidemic, which had a perfectly natural causation. Nonetheless, I think what we see here is a very systematic and relentless cover-up, in that all the records of the Wuhan Institute have been concealed, all the databases of information about bat viruses have been closed down, and I think the trickle of information that the Chinese have let out has been mostly either false or designed to mislead and misdirect.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it seems like a good time to tell you. This is from May 23, 2021, Life, Liberty, and Levin on Fox. That's Nicholas Wade, who is an expert on so much of this, and in fact was the New York Times science writer, formerly writer with Nature and Science. At the time we were talking about this, There was a lot that was swirling around, but I wanted to dig into this piece he wrote because nobody else had, and I jumped right into it so we could find out what was going on, because it was becoming quite clear to me that this had come out of a lab. Go right ahead. You're watching what's going on. I mean, you see your former profession. What caused you to write this article? It's a very substantial article. What caused you to do this?
I first got interested in this about a year ago when I read an article posted by a man called Yuri Dagin, who's a Russian-Canadian, and he wrote a very long article showing in detail how this virus could have been manipulated. He didn't say it was, he just said it could have been. And that started me reading everything I could find about the situation and gradually accumulating evidence until I found I had enough to write a very, very long 11,000-word article.
And why do you think you're one of the few people who was curious enough and motivated enough to do this? I mean, there are people still at the New York Times and the Washington Post. There are people at CBS and NBC and ABC. You're talking about a virus that has killed an enormous number of people, that shut down our economy, that changed the way we even govern ourselves. And the media will pick up stories on things that are of no consequence whatsoever. And yet here you are, I guess you're semi-retired, and here you are, you're looking at this saying, you know what, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I mean, what accounts for that, do you think? You were in this industry a long time.
Well, I think we see a sustained Chinese propaganda effort at work, but more than that, it was just the blindness, if I could put it that way, of our media, where we're too polarized to see scientific issues for their own sake without putting a political gloss on them, and everyone was sort of blindsided right from the start by these two letters we've just discussed into thinking that natural emergence was the only possible solution. In fact, there are two possible scenarios. We have no direct evidence for either of them, so we must keep our minds open. We don't know for sure the origin of the virus. It's just we've got these two possible scenarios, but if you look at all the evidence and ask yourself, well, which scenario explains all these facts better? On present evidence, it seems to me at least that the lab escape hypothesis explains it a lot better. So that's where we are, but it's a sort of complicated conclusion to arrive at, and I can only assume, in answer to your question, that the media was blindsided. They didn't do the work that was necessary. They failed to take off their political glasses and look at just news, which seems sort of so old-fashioned nowadays, and thus they failed to at least present the two possibilities in the way I tried to do in the article.
Don't you think, even though there's not a direct connection, as you pointed, don't you think the National Institute for these infectious diseases or the National Institutes of Health, these entities that the American people have had a lot of faith in, they've put a lot of reliance on, I know I have over the decades, that they have a responsibility to try and figure out how this happened? I hear nothing from those institutions about where they think this virus came from, other than they dismiss people who have thoughts and comments and so forth. It just seems to me, if you're going to be in the business of grant giving, I don't care if it's 3 levels below or whatever it is, at this point, something horrific happened. Shouldn't they have some responsibility to try and get to the bottom of it, including saying, look, we're trying to get the data, but the communist regime in China won't give it to us?
Mark, I think that's an excellent point. The National Institutes of Health, even more so than all the media, surely had a duty to investigate the origin of the virus as carefully as it could, to lay out its role in it, to explain why it continued funding this research even during a US government moratorium on funding it. And there are lots of questions that I wish the NIH had addressed a year ago and been upfront about and invited public comment and scrutiny and just laid out everything they knew and tried to see what had happened and explain it to us.
We're going to have to break here. We're back live. We'll leave it at that. I believe it came out of this lab. The conversation goes on. I linked to it on my social sites if you want to check it out. And this was really the first national rational discussion about this. And basically it was covered up by the very people who were funding it. And that would include Fauci. They didn't want to pursue it. They didn't pursue it. The letters that the gentleman talks about were intended to throw everybody off track and to throw them off track from the lab that we were funding in communist China. So I believe to this day it came out of that lab. The Chinese still have not allowed us to get a hold of the data. And but the fact that it jumped from bats to humans, I never really bought into that. Even after reading all the arguments for it, didn't make any sense to me. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Checking on DC traffic, the 3rd Street Tunnel southbound is moving pretty well. On the other hand, the northbound lanes between D Street Northwest and New York Avenue still bumper to bumper. On the Baltimore-Washington Parkway northbound between Annapolis Road and the Beltway, very heavy traffic. The Anacostia Freeway northbound between Nanny Helen Burroughs Avenue Northeast and Eastern Avenue, bumper to bumper. We've got traffic jammed on the George Washington Memorial Parkway northbound between 395 and Memorial Bridge. Also northbound between Route 123 and the Beltway. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear with highs in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, increasing clouds with highs in the upper 80s.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
I don't know about you, but my social media feeds are flooded with lotions and potions and gadgets, all promising to unlock different components of longevity. But if you log off, take a step back from all the hype, you'll find that the actual keys to a longer, healthier life are hiding in plain sight. There are 4 of them. Number 1, nutrition. The Mediterranean diet really is the gold standard. Number 2, exercise. You should be getting 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise every week, plus strength training and stretching. Number 3, sleep. Sleep is when your body and your brain repair themselves. You should be getting 7 to 9 hours a night. And finally, number 4 often gets forgotten, socialization. It's not a bonus. It's a necessity for a healthy life, finding a sense of community, purpose, and belonging. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Whether you're craving a Big Mac, McNuggets, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, make it a meal and save. Your favorite is now your wallet's favorite, too. Extra value meals are back.
Right now, get a $5 sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal, complete with hash browns and a small premium roast coffee. Price and participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing.
Looking for a college that delivers real value and a great experience without breaking the bank? At Jefferson Community College, you get high-quality education, affordable tuition, and hands-on learning that prepares you for what's next. The college is more than the classroom. Jefferson offers vibrant student activities, championship-level sports teams, leadership opportunities, and a campus community where you belong. Smart choice, strong future. Jefferson Community College. Discover more at sunyjefferson.edu.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-242-3186. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-242-3186. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One 911 now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-242-3186. Sponsored by Coast One Financial Group.
WMAL, making sense of the economy because it's your money and your retirement. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Pure Talk, my favorite wireless company, was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category. Coverage, support, value, data, and so forth. You deserve 5-star wireless service. And now Pure Talk has an invitation for you. Ready? Switch to Pure Talk for just $15 a month. And for a limited time, any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plans. Just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract needed, just an insanely low offer to switch to top-rated service at the top-rated company. Nobody else gets 5 stars, just Pure Talk. You know how you get 5 stars for support? A dedicated U.S. customer service team right here in America. You know how you get 5 stars for value? You save the average family of 4 over $1,000 a year versus big wireless, which in my view is ripping you off. There's a better wireless choice out there, folks. A patriotic company founded by a veteran that supports our veterans and cares deeply about their customers, you. And at just $15 a month for your first 3 months on any plan, now is the perfect time to choose Pure Talk. Try them out, and you'll wonder why you didn't jump there sooner. Simply dial pound 250 and say Mark Levin, and you're off to the races. That's pound 250, say Mark Levin, and let their U.S. customer service team help you switch very easily. You can keep your phone, you can keep your phone number. Again, dial pound 250, say Mark Levin. That's pound 250, say Mark Levin. Folks, make the switch, save the money, and join the rest of us with a great patriotic company. Stop being ripped off. Next hour, I'm going to play for you. It's certainly not as long. It's a few minutes. A call we received out of the blue from a lady who identified herself as Elaine. She was the medical supervisor or administrator at a nursing home. We now know her name to be Elaine Healy. And she talked about a memo, an order that had come out from the governor's office, I would be Cuomo at the time in New York, directing nursing homes to accept, without excuses, without challenge, individuals who were being released from hospitals who had the COVID virus. Many of you remember this. But I'm going through this because Mr. Fauci took the Fifth Amendment on every single matter. And so we want to fill in the gaps that he left out. It'll only be a 7 or 8 minute clip. I've trimmed it down. But it's something you need to remember, something you need to hear about what was taking place at the time. The hearing today in the Senate was eye-opening. It was eye-opening because of what Fauci wouldn't say, which was he wouldn't say anything. Putting aside the law, putting aside the pardon, putting aside the legal issues, which I'll address on Life, Liberty, and Levin probably. But for now, I want to focus on the substance because virtually every one of you was affected, every family was affected, and many of you were infected. We know I was, and many others were as well. But many people didn't survive these decisions that were made by our government. And this is one of the reasons I say when Bernie Sanders says, government should control our health care, our Medicare, and all that, I say not so fast. Got to think hard and fast about this. We'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Should you still work out when you're injured, or should you take it easy? In most cases, one of the worst things you can do is flip the switch to be totally sedentary. That can lead to stiffness, muscle loss, even reduced coordination. Certified strength and conditioning coach Dana Santos told us, recovery is about choosing the right kind of movement at the right time. That means maybe working with someone like a physical therapist to harness movement as medicine. You'll need to prioritize controlled, high-quality movement over intensity, staying within pain-free or at least low-symptom ranges of motion. You should think of pain as feedback, not a challenge to conquer. And as with any exercise, paying extra attention to your breath, your alignment, and your form, that's going to help you reach your goals faster. Take it slow. Be patient. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Whether you're craving a Big Mac, McNuggets, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, make it a meal and save. Your favorite is now your wallet's favorite, too. Extra value meals are back.
Right now, get a $5 sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal, complete with hash browns and a small premium roast coffee. Price and participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Whether you're craving a Big Mac, McNuggets, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, make it a meal and save. Your favorite is now your wallet's favorite, too. Extra value meals are back.
Right now, get a $5 sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal, complete with hash browns and a small premium roast coffee. Price and participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing.
Yes, JCPenney has thousands of back-to-school items under $10. And when you join JCPenney Rewards Access today, you can get a $10 cash pass too. Learn more at jcp.com/rewards. Yes, JCPenney. Exclusions apply.
The next time you're at the checkout register, look for the balloon, because a donation to Children's Miracle Network is a donation to your local children's hospital and a child who depends on it. Learn more at cmn.org.
500 orders a month was manageable. 5,000 is madness. Embrace intelligent order fulfillment with ShipStation, the only platform combining order management, warehouse workflows, inventory, returns, and analytics in one place. What used to take 5 separate tools, ShipStation does in one. Automate fulfillment and rate shopping to ship up to 15 times more with up to 90% savings. Go to ShipStation.com and use code AUDIO to try ShipStation free for 60 days.
WMAL-FM Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. Major changes coming to Dulles Airport. Today, President Trump unveiled a roughly $22 billion renovation plan.
So we have a modernization of Dulles that's sorely needed.
It will preserve the main terminal but get rid of concourses C and D, and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says
we are going to get rid of the people moving.
Instead, you'll be able to ride an underground train between terminals, and
right down the spine of the airport is going to be a walkway, so easy access to all of your gates, fast movement.
And there'll be roughly 32,000 parking spots in a garage across from the main terminal that will be easy to get to. Preparations are already underway in the nation's capital for the Freedom 250 Grand Prix.
The event takes place on August 22nd and 23rd, but you will begin to see some restrictions and changes to the roadway already.
Mayor Bowser, alongside Secret Service Deputy Director Matt Quinn.
At the various checkpoints, is TSA-style magnetometer screening. Clear bag policy is in effect.
And all hands on deck for DC Police, says Interim Chief Jeff Carroll.
Throughout the race weekend, the Metropolitan Police Department will be on full activation.
With the plea from all local leaders to use Metro. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Being a fast-growing community has its perks if you're one of the elected officials running the place.
Prince William County supervisors collected a total of $316,000 in donations in the first half of the year, according to July 15th filings. Of that amount, about 2/3 are from the real estate and data center industries. And to show you how big of a target Prince William's become, its 8 lawmakers have raised nearly 3 times as much as the 9 lawmakers have next door in Loudoun. Republican Yesley Vega, the most prolific fundraiser with nearly $124,000. Only 2 supervisors took no money from data centers, Republican Tom Gordy and Democratic Chair Deshandra Jefferson. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Hundreds of incoming first-year students at Howard University who were unenrolled have been readmitted. Howard University's interim president, Wayne Frederick, says roughly 200 of the more than 500 students who were unenrolled for the fall semester have been readmitted. But he defends the university's action, saying students were told that unpaid balances for tuition were due by mid-July, but apparently some misunderstood. He says students who were unenrolled had outstanding balances after their financial aid and scholarships were applied. Traffic and Weather next.
We are Children's Miracle Network, a nationwide partnership of people and organizations, all working side by side to raise funds for 170 children's hospitals across the United States and Canada. These nonprofit hospitals provide a wide range of care for all kids, from routine checkups to life-changing treatments, research, and mental health resources. Make big change today for kids in your community. Support your local children's hospital with a monthly or one-time gift online. Learn more at cmn.org.
500 orders a month is manageable. 5,000 is madness. Embrace intelligent order fulfillment with ShipStation, the only platform combining order management, warehouse workflows, inventory, returns, and analytics in one place. What used to take 5 separate tools, ShipStation does in one. Automate fulfillment and rate shopping to ship up to 15 times more with up to 90% savings. Go to ShipStation.com and use code AUDIO to try ShipStation free for 60 days.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
On the inner loop of the Beltway, earlier we had slowdowns between exit 46 and the 270 spur. It seems now that the volume has lightened a bit, so things are moving pretty well through there. On the George Washington Memorial Parkway over at Arlington, northbound between 14th Street Bridge and the Memorial Bridge, traffic still very heavy through there. Same thing on the northbound side between Virginia Route 123 and the Beltway. Now from GarageDoorRepairs.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Tonight's low under a clear sky down to 68. Clouds will increase on Thursday, but the weather stays dry, a high of 87. Sunny on Friday, low near 70, a high of 90. I'm meteorologist Mark Thibodeau from the Weather Channel on WMAL.
Right now, 75 degrees in Damascus, 77 in Tysons, and 79 degrees under cloudy skies here in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Casting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, American. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811. 877-381-3811. All right. Elaine Healy is a wonderful lady. We've since gotten to know her better over the years. She called into this program on March 26, 2020, called into the radio show right here, and conveyed to us some shocking news. And apparently it appeared earlier that day in the Wall Street Journal. I had not seen it. But nonetheless, here's what she said, and this was a big, big deal, and it went nationwide very, very quickly as a result of this radio show. Cut one, go. Elaine, New Rochelle, New York, the great WABC, go. Now, that's the of epicenters. Go ahead.
New Rochelle.
Thank you very much for taking
That's
my
down where
call.
Dougie lives.
I wanted to bring to your attention and the listeners' attention what is about to happen in New York with respect to nursing homes. And the governor has ordered that all nursing homes must accept COVID-positive patients that are actually potentially still infectious into their facilities. And this will put our residents, our long-term care population.
Wait. Are you pulling my leg seriously?
No.
Why would you send somebody who has this virus into a population that can kill people?
Thank you.
No, are you serious?
I am.
I was listening to Levin the day this woman called in and did this.
Well, because the hospitals. Well, first of all,
and it's true.
I will point out that nursing homes are in the habit of accepting patients from hospitals to continue their care after their.
They may be in the habit, but they must realize now that the most vulnerable people among us are senior citizens. And nursing homes, these are people that have issues. And so I'm trying to understand the point of this. What is the point of this?
I'm looking at a directive from Andrew Cuomo and Howard Zucker dated March 25th that is ordering nursing homes. It says nursing homes must comply with the expedited receipt of residents from hospitals. They are deemed appropriate to go into the nursing homes by the hospitals, and we cannot discriminate based on the presence of COVID. And that's it. And that's how he's been managing this crisis. He has been dictating. He's been sending out memorandums and orders and executive orders, and there has been no coordination on the ground level. Here I'm speaking from Westchester and New Rochelle. We had the first COVID positive case in New York, and we were for a time the epicenter. Now, of course, it's shifted a little south of us, but basically, as you know, the hospitals are overwhelmed. They want to discharge patients somewhere else so they can take in new patients. And that's what the governor has ordered. Now, our National Association of Nursing Home Medical Directors, when I sent this memorandum to them, has issued a statement saying that this is extremely dangerous, unsafe, that it will increase the risk of transmission in nursing homes. And we all learned from Washington how catastrophic that is. It will destabilize the facilities, potentially increase the flow back into hospitals, overwhelm capacity, endanger healthcare personnel, and escalate the death rate. So, but you can't get through to anybody down here. You can't talk to anybody. We don't have support. There's nobody coordinating the response at this level, certainly at the county level. And I know from my prior.
Have you given this information to local media?
That's why I'm calling you.
But I'm not local media. Yes. Have you given this information? These reporters show up at these press events where Cuomo does these, kind of song and dance moves there, always demanding that somebody else do something else. This needs to be in the hands of a reporter who is at that conference in Albany and reads it to him and asks him how he can explain this.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, it's not my line of work, but I got it to, we got this information to the Wall Street Journal, who published something today. So that's the first time we've got it out to the media. And, it's not what we generally do.
So in other words, it's available for all these cable stars and all these reporters at the New York Daily News and the New York Times and the rest of them. They know it's out there.
Well, if they read that article, I don't know who else picked up on the story. We got it. It was published today in the Wall Street Journal, one article. So now our executive organization, the executive director, this afternoon issued the statement, stating that our organization was against this.
If we wanted to find that, do you know where would we go to find the link?
I can send it to you, but it's the American Medical Directors Association. It has a longer name that I'll give you in a moment, and I'm sure it's on its website. If you might have to be a member to get it, but we can get it to you through our executive director. It's the Society for Post-Acute and Long-Term Care Medicine.
Just go on my Facebook site and post it. Post the link.
Okay.
All right. Mark Levin Show Facebook or Mark Levin Show Twitter, either one.
Yes.
And then the whole country could look at it and draw conclusions from it.
And I just want to say, if I could, nursing homes and people that work at nursing homes are such a dedicated group of professionals.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And we really want to help. But
so you're a doctor?
I'm a medical director. I'm a physician and medical director. I'm both.
Yeah.
I'm an administrative medical director plus a clinician. Okay. And our home is a wonderful facility, but it's going to affect all area nursing homes any minute now.
Well, if this is right, this is exactly the wrong thing that he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, understand, and he's backed himself into a corner here, and all of this should have been planned out, as I believe
I've talked about it over and over and over again. That look, you can never be fully prepared for these things, but you can be better prepared. And since these things are really, the states want to control their hospitals, their beds, their ventilators, their MRIs, their CTs, their medical institutions, and so forth, and they do. And so the question is, he's been there some time now. Why didn't he at least prioritize health services in case there's a pandemic? He was aware of it. There's been reports put out that New York is sorely unprepared. He's had opportunities to order significantly more beds and ventilators over the years, but he hasn't done it.
He hasn't. Not only that, he's closed. I mean, in my neighborhood.
And you're telling me you can't even get to him?
Oh, we can't get to anybody. You can't get to anybody. There's supposed to be somebody at the county level.
Oh, wait a minute. He keeps putting out phone numbers and websites during his press conferences. You are the medical director of a nursing home. This order goes out and you can't reach anybody.
You can't reach anybody. And not only that, there's supposed to be someone at the county level that's coordinating. Let's say, I mean, it is not a good
I only have 30 seconds.
All right. There's no coordination of the response here in Westchester. It's just a series of directives. He's behaving like a dictator. Executive directors orders.
Well, he wanted Trump to nationalize businesses.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was the beginning of the end, I think, for the governor, among other things he was accused of, but I'm not getting into that. And this is something that we highlighted, and this is something we caused to go national, just as we caused the Wuhan lab issue to go national with our Fox interview. This was our radio program right here. She called into WABC, called into the show, and she heard it on WABC. And we got into this issue, and this went viral, and it should have. And she's a great hero for having done that. Very courageous. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
How often do you stop to wonder whether you should share something that's revealing, maybe even embarrassing, with a partner, a friend, or even your boss? In her new book called Revealing, The Underrated Power of Oversharing, behavioral scientist Leslie John says doing just that can help you deepen relationships that are vital to your life. We need people to trust us in order to get things like love, friendship, and career success. That's what she told us. When you make yourself vulnerable by revealing something sensitive, it does make other people trust you. In turn, when you ask someone to reveal something about themselves, showing that interest will generally lead someone to like you more. Why? Because people like to be asked about themselves, she says. It also signals that they are discriminating and choosy, but in a good way. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
McDonald's is baby woodchucks
on the menu. Whether you're craving a Big Mac, McNuggets, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, make it a meal and save. Your favorite is now your wallet's favorite too. Extra value meals are back.
Right now, get a $5 sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal, complete with hash browns and a small premium roast coffee. Pricing dispatch may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing.
Looking for a college that delivers real value and a great experience without breaking the bank? At Jefferson Community College, you get high-quality education, affordable tuition, and hands-on learning that prepares you for what's next. The college is more than the classroom. Jefferson offers vibrant student activities, championship-level sports teams, leadership opportunities, and a campus community where you belong. Smart choice, strong future. Jefferson Community College. Discover more at sunyjefferson.edu.
Looking for great food, great views, and a great time? Come check out DJ's at the Park, a bar and restaurant located right inside Thompson Park Golf Course. And just to be clear, DJ's at the Park is open to everyone. Have to be a golfer to enjoy delicious food, refreshing drinks, and one of the best views in the park. It's the perfect stop for golfers, park goers, and families. With the pool, splash pad, and playground all right here, it makes it an easy choice for everyone. DJ's at the Park is the place to be with special events all season long.
Honor, respect, and trust your home with Valor. Founded by Vietnam veteran Al Doc Kincaid, Valor's core principles of honor, respect, and trust guide everything they do. Hey, it's Vince. And sure, a lot of companies can replace your roof, siding, and windows. But you know why I love Valor so much? Because you can trust Valor to protect your home just like they would their own, with unrivaled products and craftsmanship. As an added plus, you know your purchase has purpose with Valor via their supportive operation Raise the Roof, which has donated over $700,000 to our veterans and Gold Star families in the DMV. Friends, trust me, put your faith in Valor. Whether you need a new roof, beautifully maintenance-free siding, or top-of-the-line energy-efficient windows, Valor has you covered. Right now, all Valor customers save big, 50% off all materials, plus no interest financing until 2028. Tell them Vince sent you. Call 833-83-VALOR. That's 833-83-VALOR. Or visit valorhome.com.
Honor, respect, trust your home to Valor.
What are you doing?
833-83-VALOR.
For nearly 3,000 years, Homer's epic poem, The Odyssey, has shaped the literary and moral imagination of the West. More than a story of monsters and shipwrecks and mythical creatures, it's about courage, duty, loyalty, and the search for home. Odysseus faces Cyclops, sirens, witches, and storms at sea. But his greatest challenges are the temptations, pride, comfort, despair, and avoiding responsibility at home. These are challenges that we as Americans living in 2026 face as well. And that's why Hillsdale College has released its newest free online course, The Odyssey. Hillsdale's free online courses are taught by Hillsdale College professors. So start right now with Hillsdale College's newest free online course, The Odyssey. Go to levinforhillsdale.com to enroll. It's totally free. Read the classics, study the West. Start right now at levinforhillsdale.com. That's LEVIN for Hillsdale.com. You're going to love it.
WMAL, making sense of the markets, because generational wealth doesn't build itself. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Well, I'd say the last hour and 20 minutes or so, you have been brought up to speed on what took place, right? Particularly some of the most important issues related to the virus and so forth. And basically, we had Fauci today, who was taking the fifth throughout, as he said here, cut 8, go.
Although it pains me to do so, because of the respect I have for the legislative branch of government and my decades-long record of cooperating with Congress, under the advice of my attorneys, I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution to refrain from answering your questions.
And the response from Rand Paul, the chairman of this committee, was cut 9, go.
The chairman has denied your assertion of privilege and directed you to answer him, but you nonetheless refuse and stand on privilege despite the existence of the pardon. The committee will have to consider after this hearing what appropriate action should be taken against you for the failure to testify after being directed to do so. It's against the law to obstruct an investigation of Congress. There will be repercussions to your refusal to testify today.
Now, this isn't so clear-cut, to be perfectly honest. Just try to be objective and pass real information on to you from the constitutional perspective. He was given a pardon for everything that's taken place or anything that may take place. That's my understanding. Very broad pardon. And so what Rand Paul is saying, what his lawyers are saying to him, I suppose, is that under those circumstances, he can testify. What Fauci's lawyers are saying, no. Because if he says something that you claim is not accurate or is, criminal nature, then he can be charged independently of that pardon, which might be true. Criminal nature. So this probably will wind up in the courts once they pass their contempt resolution. And that's what it is, a resolution. And it may have to go all the way to the Supreme Court to sort this out. So there is some ambiguity here. I'm just being honest with you. People will say, well, why doesn't he just tell the truth? Then there's no problem, which is a good point. But his lawyer, no doubt, is whispering in his ear, no, because somebody may say, even though you think you're telling the truth, you're not telling the truth, and they may make a criminal referral, and you may
dilettante is a word derived from dilettante, and it's Italian.
Would say that.
Actually has two different meanings,
you can also
but mostly means you're full of shit.
Excuse me, if this broad
dilettante,
hear what you have to say. These are important issues.
It make like they know something, but they don't.
So Fauci pleads the Fifth
Another
Amendment
Italian word I brought forth.
He's asked about, well, let's do it this way, and I'll explain it to you. Let's go to cut 13. Go, Josh Hawley.
Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something.
You're not banned from my panel, Andy.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully
Nobody's
decline to
banned.
answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color's the carpet in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. As the Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more. Brown versus Walker, 1896. When he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege.
All right, that's I'm well familiar with that case. It's not exactly on point. Now, again, I'm not trying to take a side on this in that respect. I'm just telling you. Go ahead.
Sitting behind you now, shifting nervously in their chairs. They know it. This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt. Contempt for this body and contempt for the American people.
Now, does anybody know, do you know, Mr. Producer, why he wouldn't answer questions about the color of this or the color of that? Because if he begins testifying, he may give up his privilege. Well, if you can tell us the color of the floor, you can tell us the color of your tie, then why can't you be factual and tell us about what took place on this date and that date and this date and that date? You understand what I'm saying? This is why I'm here explaining it to all you folks out there. Whether people like it or not, that's the issue. Now, the problem is the guy lied to the American people, and he lied badly to the American people based on what he wrote in his own diaries. And he was an egomaniac. He sought out and was so excited about getting media attention, pictures in the front of magazines, talking to actors and actresses. He actually had dinner.
A true libertarian will abide by the Constitution as it's written. It wasn't meant to be changed. It wasn't meant to be
This will
changed.
have to be sorted out one way or another.
It's supposed to be limited government.
And contempt,
There's too much
real
government.
contempt it's not that it's impossible to prove. It just requires.
And you can't take the money out of politics.
So if there's a legal conflict, that's probably not a basis.
That's the biggest issue out here. Take money away from them.
But
it
could be. So we'll see.
America bad. My name Whipperman, Billy. You need minesweepers. And why did USA beg Europe for eggs?
You can't really stop. You can't really stop.
Fucking begging for eggs. They're fucking weirdos. But I tell you what, they say they see something out here in YouTube or whatever, and they believe the shit.
Now I want to move to another subject. May I?
Trump wants to be a dictator. Trump's going to jail.
You know, from the moment
Trump should be dead.
Ukraine, I've stood up for the country of Ukraine. I've stood up for
I got a
Zelensky
surprise
against
for you,
the
I do.
right neo-fascists. For some reason, are in love with Putin.
I'll do it
Putin
next
is a
commercial.
killer. Putin is old KGB. Putin not only assassinates his opponents and journalists and others and so forth.
There's a cat
He's
out
likely
here
to go
chasing
for the
woodchucks.
million and a half Russians. And for what? He invades Ukraine.
Good. Keeps him out of my peanuts.
Zelensky and the Ukrainians, man, they are putting up a hell of a fight. In fact, if you really look at it, they're the ones going on the offensive now because of their technology they've developed, very smart people, very smart culture. And these drones, these long-distance killer drones, and they don't really have a great way to stop them, that is the Russians. And so now they're blowing up their oil refineries deep into Russia. They're blowing up other facilities deep into Russia. Russia's paying a price. These drones are destroying their tanks, and they have great tanks, so they're destroying them as they move. And there are really what's called now dead man zones, where when the Russians move into a certain zone area, close to the Ukrainian border, they're getting blown out by these drones, and they're able to send thousands of them at once. The Ukrainians have changed the battlefield, I think, for all countries for all time. We shall see. But I want to pick up on this because I'm seeing in the administration and in the public generally a shift that's beginning in support of Ukraine and Zelensky and against Russia and Putin. We'll be right back. Tiny fraction of the cost. And now, for the first time ever, Pure Talk, my favorite wireless company, is offering any plan at just
Alpesh.
$15 a month for your first 3 months. That's
About 2 hours ago, I ran into the chief of police. He wasn't on duty. He was in one of the stores here up the hill. Kinney Drugs, actually. I went into Kinney Drugs. I needed to get something.
That's a savings of up to $150.
There he was. So I started talking to him.
Switch to Pure Talk. Enjoy your first 3 months of talk, text, and data for just $15 a month.
No, it's Kittles.
$2.50 and say Mark Levin to be
He told me that they did watch his channel because I gave him the channel and all that shit when he first started all his bullshit. All right. And well, one of these days, he's probably going to get a knock on the door.
Eastbound 66 is slow from Sycamore Street to Cleveland. On the GW Parkway.
I don't know. My meter reads 13. Do you think they care, Kittles?
On the Beltway, Italy with Tyson's. It's jammed between 123 and the American Legion Bridge. I'm going to the Beltway in Alexandria. Stop and go between the.
Somebody was asking, where's Billy's shoulders? Billy doesn't have any shoulders. I give you a fucking shoulder.
Tonight, mostly clear with highs in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, increasing clouds with highs in the upper 80s.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
I don't know about you, but my social media feeds are flooded with lotions and potions and gadgets, all promising to unlock different components of longevity. But if you log off, take a step back from all the hype, you'll find that the actual keys to a longer, healthier life are hiding in plain sight. There are 4 of them. Number 1, nutrition. The Mediterranean diet really is the gold standard. Number 2,
I'm already doing it, kiddos. What do you mean? What am I going to do? I'm live. I'm doing it.
exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise every week. Plus,
Hey, did you want me to post the link or something or what?
sleep. Sleep is when your body and your brain repair themselves. You should be getting 7 to 9 hours a night. And finally, number 4 often gets forgotten. Socialization. It's not a bonus. It's a necessity for a healthy life. Finding a sense of community, purpose.
The kiddos. The first time I fucking take you down, you hit the mat, you'd probably puke. If I could get my arms around that big fat gut of yours, it'd only take one squeeze and you'd be fucking in pain. If I got a hold of one of your fucking fat rolls, you'd feel it. You ain't no King Kong Bundy, I'll tell you that. Kittles. I'll have to bring Femboy in here and kick your ass.
At Jefferson Community College, you get high-quality education.
This coffee's pretty good.
Tuition and hands-on learning that prepares you for what's next. The college is more than the classroom. Jefferson offers vibrant student activities, championship-level sports teams, leadership opportunities, and a campus.
I'm listening to the news.
Smart choice, strong future.
I'm listening to the news.
Discover more at SUNY Jefferson.
I'm not here to play your silly games. Not right now, I'm not.
Private school where students like me in pre-K through 12th grade live and learn on campus.
Go open your panel then and we'll dual stream. If you actually want to do that, go open your chat and we'll dual stream. I'll hook it right up. And if we can't figure it out, if we give, I don't know, Marie, Ember probably charges for her services. I should send her $100. I need some help. She's pretty good on the computer. No, I'm not letting you out. Not right now. I'm listening to the news. If I interrupt it, that's one thing, but I'm listening to the news, and you don't rank first up here to come on my panel. There's only certain people, kiddos. You know it. You better watch it, kiddos. Shankamp's watching you. She's into fucking dudes like you because you're fucking out there strange in orbit.
All right, folks. Welcome back. I'm going to tell you about our friends at Monetary Gold.
She's worse than Gotti when it comes to making fun of people. I can never be mad at Shankamp. I don't hound on her either. She is fucking crazy though.
Well, what do you really own when you own gold? And how is it positioned today? This is very important. If you do own gold or silver or platinum, whether in a retirement account or held privately, stay in your vault or something, we would like to know its current market position. We would like to know if you're
let me know when you go live, kiddos.
For your long-term goals, or if premiums or product types are worth another look, a closer look. Right now, Monetary Gold will give you a free precious metals holdings review. Absolutely.
So I talked to the chief of police.
Call 877 now gold.
He said, in actuality, that guy's committed some federal offenses. He didn't want to say no more. Big old grin on his face. Hey, Billy, how old are you? I thought he knew how old I was. I've been around him all my life, except for when I was in the Navy. His grandfather used to hunt up to hunting camp. Guy that's chief of police, Fairbanks. So they got you recorded, Alpesh. One of these days, you're gonna get a knock at the door, and they're gonna fucking yank you out of that apartment. They're gonna fucking handcuff your motherfucking ass. You're gonna go in front of a magistrate. That would be gold if you got that on film. I say film, still recording.
Those of you who have gold and silver and platinum, precious metals, and what form it's in, what type of product you have, and where it is based, and how you're investing. 877.
He doesn't have to come here. He can't come here. That fucker ain't got no money to travel. He can't even go into his own city. You'd think he knows everything about that computer. You'd think he'd go for a walk and show his place off. Hey, these are my friends down the street. This is where I hang out. He doesn't do that. He sits in that apartment every fucking day. Doesn't even have a window. Look at I got the outdoors right here. And I'm not licking my window. I don't know. Did that dumb fucker go live? I checked him a couple times today. He wasn't live.
Quote, he never saw a war that he didn't like, unquote. Never speak ill of the dead, quote unquote, is almost always good advice. It's even followed in Washington, at least some of the time. But what to make of President Donald Trump's remarks on the day of the Washington funeral for his friend and key political ally, Lindsey Graham? The appearance on Fox Tuesday morning and at the National Cathedral funeral that afternoon, the president said a lot of good things about Graham, but Trump also said something based upon many times Graham recommended that Trump pursue this or that military.
Fucking groundhogs.
And certainly the times Graham urged Trump to attack Iran. He said Lindsey liked war on Fox and Friends. He liked war, and I jokingly say, and nothing funny about it, he's never seen a war he didn't like. It was a striking moment in which viewers might have been expecting an anecdote about, say, playing golf with Graham. They got that when Trump said Graham loved to play the game and worked hard at it. But he wasn't born to be a golfer. Still, Iran and the issues of the moment, two wartime leaders, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Ukrainian President Zelensky, traveled to the United States to attend the funeral, were always top of mind. In his remarks at the funeral, Trump gave Graham fulsome praise, but Trump, with world events weighing heavily on his mind, returned to the subject of the war. This time, he put Graham's enthusiasm for war in context of patriotism. Still, even in that context, saying someone never saw a war that he didn't like is just not a terribly positive observation. In the past, Trump used to describe one-time National Security Advisor John Bolton, who Trump said has never seen a war he doesn't like. He didn't mean it as a compliment. Tuesday in Washington was filled with talk of Lindsey Graham. After all, Netanyahu and Zelensky were at the White House on that day, only because of Graham. Most tributes to Graham spoke well of him, as befits the occasion. But Graham's most consequential achievement in his many years in the Senate, successfully pushing for a war in Iran, has not so far worked out as he told Trump it would. And that fact was visible all day on Tuesday, even as Washington paid tribute to one of its most powerful lawmakers. I would say to Byron, you don't know what Graham told Trump about this war or about how to pursue this war. I can tell you that after the first 2 weeks of the war, when we went immediately into a ceasefire, that he and General Keane and people like me were troubled by it. We were troubled by it because we were on the offense. The Iranian military was on its back. And Graham was also troubled by, as I am in many respects, this on again, off again, on again, off again. And I speak for an enormous number of people in this audience. We spent, almost 2 hours yesterday taking calls on this, and to a person, you all were insisting that we get this over with and defeat the enemy. And we all agreed that a deal will not be upheld. It will not stop this enemy, certainly not in the mid and the long term. So I'm not sure what pulse Byron has out there, what pulse he's touching and feeling and understanding. I'm not sure what most of these people are. But I believe conservative talk radio does have the pulse, certainly of conservatives and MAGA. And conservatives and MAGA wants to defeat this enemy. And we do not believe this enemy can be trusted. And I know Lindsey Graham believed the same thing. And I'm not sure he agrees with the way that this is being handled necessarily. And I don't say that as an attack on anybody. I just point out that there are differences of opinion, which is natural, which is a good thing. When people are giving their opinion on what they think should be done or how things are being done. But the last sentence of this particular piece gives away its premise, I believe. I don't think it's the first time I've seen this from our friend Byron, just pointing it out. But I want to get back to, let's see here. Bear with me, America. Bear with me. I will not tell you that my printer's not working. You're probably tired of hearing things like that. Let us go back to the audio. Now, I guess it was February 24, 2022, started a full-scale invasion of Ukraine by Russia. I went on the air and I said the following. Now, again, I want to remind you that there seems to be a change in attitude toward Ukraine since they're winning, both in the White House, on Capitol Hill, and I think generally among the American people. But here's what I said, I guess it's
4 years ago, more than 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago. Cut 15, go. I am deeply disturbed and frustrated by the fact that we haven't unleashed crippling sanctions. These salami tactics don't work, and they're not going to work. This is me criticizing Biden. Go ahead. And frustrated that we are not pouring weaponry, enormous amounts, into the Ukraine. We stood up to the Russians before. We've stood up to the Soviets before. You know, there was a West Berlin. Harry Truman stepped up to the plate. And of course, West Germany. And we could go on. Now, not by our choice, by Putin's, we need to see the Russian army bogged down in Ukraine. And the Ukrainian people are brave people, and they have a very smart, democratic, courageous leadership in Zelensky. It was really quite remarkable to hear Putin say he wants to denazify the Ukraine. Ukraine's president is a Jew, and he was elected overwhelmingly. And one of the reasons he was elected overwhelmingly was to stop Putin and a corrupt government that preceded him by 2 presidencies. Now, I don't know, but I just cannot understand why we are not, in fact, unleashing crushing sanctions against Putin directly. I don't know why we have at least 15 areas of his economy that we're not going to touch. I don't know why we're not pouring weapons, defensive and offensive, into Ukraine to protect not just the Ukrainian people, but protect the NATO allies and to protect the United States, for God's sakes. Let's go to cut 17, go. And these same neo-Connorists, if you will, neo-appeasers, neo-sellouts that don't put America first, and they don't care about your kids and your grandkids. They're the Tokyo Roses of our time, giving aid and comfort to the enemy, as far as I'm concerned. No one in particular, just as a general matter, because they come to the defense of the enemy. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
That's some tight stuff right there.
There are lots of things you can measure to get an idea of how healthy you are at any given moment. Temperature, heart rate, blood pressure, just to name a few. But how about how healthy you will be and how long you're likely to live? According to a new study out of the University of Buffalo, 2 simple strength tests are pretty accurate at predicting longevity in older women. One is hand grip strength, and the other is how quickly people can stand up from a seated position without using their arms. By the way, I remember interviewing former President Jimmy Carter when he was quite old and being really impressed how he just popped out of the chair without using his arms. Not a lot of older people can actually do that. But I think the message here is that maintaining strength as you age is going to help you perform everyday activities, but also help you avoid injury and stay independent. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Whether you're craving a Big Mac, McNuggets, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, make it a meal and save. Your favorite is now your wallet's favorite, too. Extra value meals are back.
Right now, get a $5 sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal, complete with hash browns and a small premium roast coffee. Pricing participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing.
Looking for a college that delivers real value and a great experience without breaking the bank? At Jefferson Community College, you get high-quality education, affordable tuition, and hands-on learning that prepares you for what's next. The college is more than the classroom. Jefferson offers vibrant student activities, championship-level sports teams, leadership opportunities, and a campus community where you belong. Smart choice, strong future. Jefferson Community College. Discover more at sunyjefferson.edu.
Looking for great food, great views, and a great time? Come check out DJ's at the Park, a bar and restaurant located right inside Townsend Park Golf Course. And just to be clear, DJ's at the Park is open to everyone. Have to be a golfer to enjoy delicious food, refreshing drinks, and one of the best views in the park. It's the perfect stop for golfers, park goers, and families. With the pool, splash pad, and playground all right here, it makes it an easy choice for everyone. DJ's at the Park. It's the place to be with special events all season long.
Is your patio, sidewalk, or driveway cracked or uneven? Have you tripped or fallen as a result? If you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Construction Specialties can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Construction Specialties has an economic solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Construction Specialties now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665.
I just bought this roller and it's already clogged.
Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. MHIC 140530.
D26 after a historic year. 53 new all-time highs, an average price up 44% year over year, then pushed past $5,500 an ounce in January. Right now it's pulled back. Many Wall Street analysts are telling clients this is the window before gold pushes back towards new highs. Meanwhile, silver's on track for a 6th year of structural supply deficit, with solar, EVs, electronic, and industrial demand still pulling heavily on the market. And gold's pullback has been fueled by fading Fed rate hopes and massive debt. Not a clear break in gold's bigger 2026 story. Call Monetary Gold right now. Get your complimentary gold and silver guide, the #1 requested guide in America for a quarter of a century, absolutely free. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD or go to marklovesgold.com. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Don't wait. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
WMAL, making sense of the headlines because common sense isn't so common. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Zelensky on Fox News yesterday with Sean. Cut 18, go.
We want to stop this war. We're asking, President Trump wants and the Europeans want, Putin doesn't want. We're asking to stop this war each day, to minimum to negotiate ceasefire for some period of time and give possibility for diplomats to negotiate. But Putin doesn't want. So this is the problem. That's why we need to respond, be tough, be strong. Not only we count on sanctions. By the way, Lindsay's bill was very important.
Mm-hmm. Now we move to New York quickly, where Netanyahu is under attack by the disgusting Islamist Marxist mayor. But Netanyahu is very tough. He's not going to back down to some weasel like Mondami. Cut 19, go.
But I'm definitely going there. I'm going to speak the truth in front of this. This just hate-spewing elected official who's pitting one group of New Yorkers against the others. He's turning them against New York Jews. I mean, what are we in the 1930s? What is this? So much hate, so many lies.
Mm-hmm. So much hate, so many lies. You're not kidding. As he destroys the city.
Fucking fly.
Hagee Ministries, Israel, our vital ally in the Middle East, is under attack, facing unprecedented threats like never before. And right now, she needs our help. I see my friend Dana Bash is over there, and she's walking through the various streets and so forth. She said the only place she saw apartheid was Bethlehem because they couldn't ensure her safety, given the fact that it's now run by the Palestinians. How do you like that? For decades, Pastor Hagee, my dear friend,
and a wonderful human being, has been a tireless defender of Israel. Through Hagi Ministries, his support is provided to one of Israel's leading medical centers in the north, helping care for people on the front lines. The medical team shared this message they wanted you to hear. Thanks to friends like you folks, we've been able to treat hundreds of patients, Israelis, Jews, Arabs, wounded soldiers, and civilians, with advanced medical care and compassionate healing, even under the constant threat of rockets. Now, stories like these remind us what compassion looks like. Real lives are being saved every single day. Go to jhm.org, John Hagee Ministries, jhm.org/Levin, Levin. That's jhm.org/Levin. Go there now, please, and make the best contribution you can. Remember, every penny is tax deductible, every single penny. Or you can call them at 855-694-9647. Again, 855-694-9647. You know, America started with our ally Israel, and Pastor John Hagee and Hagee Ministries are doing God's work, and you're doing God's work too by supporting them. Call Hagee Ministries at 855-694-9647, 855-694-9647, or go to jhm.org/Levin, jhm.org/Levin. Help make a difference now and for the next generation. It's a great blessing that you can make here, ladies and gentlemen. It's very, very important. Very important. How much time left, Mr. Producer? Okay. Let me go here. We've got a lot to cover, so I said we wouldn't get it all done in 3 hours, and we're not going to, but I want to move on to a few other things here. President Trump has said, New York Post, we will beat the effing S out of Iran after the surprise missile attack. This evening he's saying, look, they've told us they're very, very sorry that there was another group that ordered the attack and so forth, but we will attack back. They attacked us, they shot us, and we'll shoot at them. Kind of downplaying it, don't you think, Rich? From what he originally said. Meanwhile, the U.S., our Air Force, and the Saudis have launched joint strikes on Iran's terrorist proxies in Iraq and also the Houthis in Yemen. So that's going on as well. I guess they didn't tell the Saudis to stand down, and they're not sidelined. Certainly not now, anyway. And then we have our good friend, Mr. Xi. Exclusive, Iran to get Chinese shoulder-launched missile systems in weak, sources say. And this is from Yahoo News through Reuters. Iran is expected to receive within weeks a first shipment out of up to 400 Chinese-made shoulder-fired air defense missile launchers. Three sources, familiar with the deal, told Reuters as it rebuilds its defenses amid war with the United States. This could be a huge problem. Huge problem. To have these shoulder-fired air defense missiles, that's what we gave the Mujahideen, the Northern Alliance, in Afghanistan to take out the Russian helicopters. The purchase, valued $60-70 million, is one of Tehran's largest known efforts to strengthen its short-range air defenses since the outbreak of the war with the U.S. and Israel, which exposed gaps in Iran's ability to protect military sites and strategic infrastructure. See, to me, we should be arming the Iranian people. It's long overdue. We should be arming them heavily now. If we're arming them now, obviously, we're not doing enough. We should be arming the Iranian people to take on the regime inside the border, that is the borders of Iran. Again, we've done this before, and we've done it to great effect. Reuters has the specifics, really incredible. The contract covers the purchase of between 300 and 400 man-portable air defense systems, that's called MANPADS, including Chinese-made QW-12, FN-16 missiles. The deal was signed with, anyway, it doesn't matter who it was signed with.
The sources spoke in condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the matter. Iran's foreign ministry did not immediately try to request for comment. Of course not. China's foreign ministry said, quote, the relevant reports are completely groundless. China has consistently played a role in promoting peace and ending the conflict. Yeah. They talk out of both sides of their mouth, just as the Islamists do.
What's up, Billy?
After months of
Hi there.
This is what happened.
What are you doing? Listen to the radio?
Yeah, I'm listening to the radio. Yeah.
Okay.
If I could play a guitar, I'd sit here and pick and grin. But I'm not a guitar player.
I can't play the guitar either. I was a drummer. Thanks for stopping by last night. What do you think of that band?
It's hard to hear. To be there is the best.
Yeah, obviously. I don't have any special microphones or anything.
There was quite a few people there. Yeah.
I just stream on my phone. I don't have any special mic set up or anything like that.
You sit there with a laptop, and then you got to stay plugged in because it takes the battery right down. These things, they take power.
Is that Andy there? Dilettante? What's up, Andy, Kittles, Ernie?
Yeah, no, that's me.
That's you?
Dilettante. Do you know what dilettante means?
Yes. Okay. I don't have any issues with Andy.
Can you tell my audience of 10 people what dilettante means? Will you? Don't ask me how I come up with a name. I came up with it though.
A dilettante is like a poser, right? Right? It's like when I hear the word dilettante, I think of someone who's like pretending to be something they're not, right? Or something along those lines. Why? What do you get?
You're right. I'm going to bring it up.
I don't know I don't know the Oxford Dictionary definition, but when I hear of a dilettante, it's like someone who's like wearing all fancy clothes, but they're really dirt poor or something like that.
Okay. This is what this is. I Googled it, and does it give dictionary? It just says dictionary. All right. A dilettante is a person who explores in art. Here, let me let Kittles up.
Oh fuck!
All right, we won't
let him up. Bring him up.
What do you want?
I don't want nothing.
All right, just sit there and be quiet for a minute because I'm talking with Doug. You can fucking wait your turn. All right? We do that.
Hurry up.
Don't tell me to hurry up. I'll fucking throw you right out of here. All right. A dilettante is a person who explores an art, science, or field of knowledge in a casual, superficial way without deep commitment, serious study, or professional expertise.
Study of what?
A dilettante is a person who explores an art, science, or field of knowledge in a casual, superficial way without deep commitment, serious study, or professional expertise.
Okay, like a poser, a dilettante. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. They pretend they have a lot of knowledge, but they really don't.
Now, it's an Italian word, and there's another meaning to it.
Okay.
There is another meaning, but it's derived from an Italian word.
Okay. Because I think of a dilettante as like a poser. Like I said,
dilettare. Spell it. Instead of ta, it's T-A-R-E. Dilettare.
Okay.
Like, who gives a fuck?
Kittles, are you playing Pac-Man on your vape device there?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Kittles, why you keep saying?
Did you see this vape that Kittles has? Watch this shit.
Why you keep saying no one gives a fuck, Kittles? Why you do that? Why you want to be?
Why you want to be a dick, Billy? You can't take
why you want to be a
anything
piss pot, Kittles? Why you want to be a fucking piss pot?
Because I take after you, Billy.
See?
No, you don't.
No point asking him nothing, Billy.
No, you don't.
No point asking him anything.
Look, this vape
so
right
check out
here.
this vape. Check this out.
Hey.
Bring up Pac-Man.
Check this out. See?
Watch him play Pac-Man on this shit. Vape mode, game mode. Okay.
Construction is expected to begin next spring. A local resident says she was assaulted and injured by National Guard troops on the patio back in May.
Yeah.
No Pac-Man?
Yeah, see?
Come on, I'm trying to talk you up. There you go. Look, he can play Pac-Man on his vape.
He definitely has been a man who's been packed. I'll give him that.
Cool.
That would make a good handle for you. The man who's been packed. Pac-Man.
So Billy, I'm in Kalispell, Montana.
Kalispell?
Yeah.
Is it
It's
spelled?
up near Canada. I'm all the way up in the north, on the northwest.
The fuck you doing way up there?
That's where the show was in Whitefish, but the hotels in Whitefish are way too expensive. Kalispell is 15 miles out, so I'm in Kalispell. Cheaper.
Yeah. Well, we're all disappointed, Doug. You haven't gone to California to see Wigan yet.
I'll get to California one day, but not this year. Maybe next year. Listen, I'd like to go to Washington State and Oregon. I know a lot of people out there I'd like to see. Tomorrow night I'll be in Bozeman. I'll be streaming the band again in Bozeman tomorrow night, Billy.
I'm trying to see what he has on his TV.
Put him on the big screen.
No, I don't want to get a copyright.
Okay.
That's something that shouldn't be shown. You know what I mean? You
Looks
can't.
like a game. Looks like he's got some game or something. I don't know. I can see the cat in the foreground. You see the cat? Sitting right in front. See his ears come peeking in? Oh, that's the cat. Yeah.
Kiddos,
give the cat some spaghetti and meat sauce, kiddos.
We don't really want to watch you eat, kiddos. You're not going to.
I don't want to watch. I certainly don't want to watch him eat.
No, we're not going to sit here and watch you eat, kiddos. No, go away. Go eat. Come back, so I can put Dougie back up on my screen. Have some fucking courtesy. Just because Dougie come up here doesn't mean you have to. Here, I'll help you out. Here, I'll help you out, Doug. All right. I kicked him from the studio. I just kicked him. All right.
Yeah, he's downstairs. I know.
Eat. We don't want to hear or see you eat. Not tonight.
No, watching kiddos eat can be a very disturbing experience.
He just does it on purpose.
Of course he does.
Get the fuck out of here.
Listen, but you know what? You got to accept people the way they are. If you don't like them,
I don't have to accept any of these motherfuckers the way they are. They won't accept me for the way I am. Why the fuck should I accept them, dog?
You know, I'm friends with people who behave in ways I would never behave. Absolutely. You know, I'm friends with people who oh, we got the Texas old man.
There's a difference between being friends and being friendly.
I'm friendly. I try to be friendly to everyone, even when they're straight up rude to me. I still try and be friendly.
So how much more time you got on your little travel business you got going on?
I got 4 shows to live stream tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all in Montana. Then I'm going to go to Jackson, Wyoming, and I'm going to visit my ex-wife and kids. Then I'm going to go to Arizona.
So your kids must be out. You must be a grandfather by now, aren't you?
Step grandfather. None of my children have kids yet. I have 5 kids between the ages of 19 and 35, and none of them are parents. Okay.
It's tough bringing a family into the world these days.
You know, I think if people aren't ready to have kids and don't want to have kids, then they shouldn't have kids. Because who wants to have a parent that didn't want to have them in the first place? You know what I mean? Anyway,
that's a touchy subject.
That's my opinion. Then I'm going to go to Arizona. I'm going to visit with Dutchman and New River and Leo Robistelli, I believe, and then I'm going to drive straight home from there. So
Doug, I don't want to kiddos. I don't want to talk to you, kiddos. I really don't. I'm busy with Doug. I invited Doug. He came.
You know, kiddos can be reasonable when he chooses to. You know that.
I don't want to deal with him right now. This ain't romper room. Go get somebody to go live or something. Because I'm not gonna watch you eat.
What I'm saying.
He's eating still. He's got a plate in his hand, sitting on his bed.
Well, all I'm saying is Kittles can be reasonable when he chooses to. But when he's not being reasonable, it's because he's choosing not to. That's not like, that's not a thing. That's his persona in YouTube, is to be, fuck you to everybody and everything. That's what he wants. That's the way he is in YouTube. That's his YouTube self. You know what I mean? Damn, Texas old man.
You're not coming up, kiddos. I'm not letting you up. No, you started eating and all that. No, we don't want to hear you slobber. We really don't. We can't take the jaw action. He left.
Okay.
Maybe later, kiddos. When I'm fucking drunk, I don't know what I'm doing. That never happens. It might hear pretty soon. I might do a stream, fucking beer night. I've been thinking about getting me a 12-pack of Labatt Blue and drinking the motherfuckers.
Yeah?
Or some
Labatt Blue. I haven't had Labatt's in a long time, but I've had Labatt.
That's a good beer.
I think it's all right. I mean, it's not a top shelf beer. It's a bottom shelf beer, right?
No, it's a top shelf beer.
Is it?
Yep.
I had no idea. When I was young,
they're all the Canadian beer is American made. You know that, right?
When I was young, Rolling Rock was on the bottom shelf. Now it's up right at eye level. Right? Rolling Rock became amazingly popular for some reason. I don't know why.
Now, do you see Saranac Pale Ale or anything
Saranac Pale Ale? Yeah, I know exactly what that is. Yeah,
that's good to cook with. Saranac
makes a few different kinds of beers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've had their Pale Ale specifically, but I've had Saranac.
It's fucking green beer. It's a good beer though. If you can handle the taste.
I don't know. When I was living out in Jackson, I used to buy Fat Tire. Years ago now, I would buy the Fat Tire because I thought that was pretty good.
When I was a teenager, we drank OV Splits.
Dude, you must have drank plenty of Genesee Cream Ale, right?
Yes.
So did I, right?
I used to buy it and take it down to South Carolina.
You would buy it.
I ran into family and friends down there. Not, I call them family and friends. I come home from sea and my wife is hanging out with somebody from Governor who's a little bit older than her, and so they got friends down here, Johns Island area.
Yeah.
And these people they had Genesee beer before, and they wanted to know if I would bring them down some Genesee beer.
Genesee beer, but the Genesee Cream Ale specifically.
I had Genesee Cream Ale and the beer.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is really him or not. We're going to find out.
Who do you got?
Gotti.
What's up, Gotti?
It's probably, he's not speaking, but he's using the name God. I don't know what's in his avatar.
I'm right here. What do you mean I'm not
I
speaking?
hear him
I'm right
now.
here.
All right.
There he is.
I'm right here, pal.
Okay.
Gotti's Numerology Network. Are you doing numerology? You want to tell me about my numbers?
My new show premiering Monday night at 8 p.m. Gotti's Numerology Network.
Wait a minute.
Oh, go ahead.
Did either of you guys get permission from Wigan to come up here?
I actually wrote him a letter. Yeah, I don't know if we got there yet, but
now what would JC do if you were advertising your channel?
I want to ask Gotti. Well, did you watch like a 30-minute documentary on numerology? What makes you a numerologist?
What do you mean, Doug? I've been born with this gift. Don't pick a number 1 to 10.
No, you tell me the number I'm going to pick. Go ahead.
Pick a number 1 to 10. Just pick a number.
Okay, I picked 1.
1. Okay, 1. He picked 1 because he's so fucking full of himself. All right.
No, I picked one number. I didn't tell you which number I picked.
You picked 1. You just said 1. You just said 1.
Whatever. I picked a number.
You picked 1. You picked 1. You already said 1. So I'm going with one. He picked one because he's so fucking full of himself. He sits out there.
Can I do decimals?
Expounding on the fucking on the start of the day. Doug has to tell everybody his special thought of the day because he thinks he's number one.
Gotti, what do you think of the band? Wait. Gotti, what did you think of the band?
The band? What about the band?
What did you think of them?
I didn't like the band.
You didn't like them?
I thought they were very obscure because they didn't come up with a real name. They just called themselves the band.
No, not the band. The band I live streamed last night, man. Jerry Joseph.
Oh my God! Again with the number one. He's thinking of I'm watching his show. You think I'm watching your show?
Yeah, I know you watch my show.
How the fuck am I watching your show?
Doug,
how am I watching your show, dude?
I went in there because Patrick New York kept trolling me, right? And I knew you were live.
Who,
so
me?
that's why I went in there, because he was in there, but he didn't really want to say anything.
He didn't go for you, Doug.
I don't think Patrick's going to
York.
give you shit in my place, Billy. I don't think he is.
What band was this?
I'm not going to tell you.
No, I'm not going to watch it.
Out.
I'm not going to watch it.
I just told you the name of the band. I told you the songs 30 seconds ago.
A little bit.
Hey, Billy was talking. When Billy talks, I only listen to Billy.
About half hour I was there. I watched about half hour.
Was it a female band?
No.
All right, forget it then. I'm not interested.
Dude, man, female bands generally suck. Generally.
Well, they generally do, but there's one that I was interested in. If it was that band, then yes.
Were one-hit numbers, okay? Joan Jett came from that band, the Runaways. They had a couple of good songs, but they all ran away. They all ran away.
Billy, pick a number 1 to 10.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
You guys got to tell me the number. It's not a guessing game, guys. This isn't Psychic Network.
I picked the number 10.
Number 10, which is also the number 1, okay? Because 1 plus 0 is 1, Billy. And because you picked that one, you are the one who fucking streams the best shows, the one who puts on the best product, the one who fucking brings everybody together with humor and stability. You are the one, Billy. All right? That's why you picked number 1, pal. Good job.
Can we do decimals? Can we do like
no. It's only numbers. It's 1 through 9, okay?
Are you telling me decimals aren't numbers?
1 through 9. I was tricking you guys with the number 10, but it's 1 through 9. That's it.
He was tricking us with the number 10.
If you want to pick 0, I mean, I think it speaks for itself.
I don't know.
Whoever picks a 0 is a 0. So if you want to pick 0, go ahead and be my guest. But it's 1 through 9. That's it.
You pick a number, Gotti. Tell us what your number you pick.
I don't do it. It doesn't work on me.
Hey,
give me a year of your birth.
You got a follower, Gotti. No, he just left.
Who is it?
JT was just in my backstage, but he left. I didn't have time to.
He probably wants his number read.
I got to join
the good news is
my fighter in the other.
The good news is Kittles went live. Let me get over there and have a look at Kittles.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Did he really? Did he? Now that's a show. That's a fucking show. Kittles show is a fucking show. He usually has Linda walk by, and it's like it's a circus. Lives, he's right on it.
It's like the freak show at the circus.
Like the bearded lady.
Okay. I went over to Kittles and I asked him to pick a number between 1 and 9.
Yeah, what do you give you? Probably 6.
I don't know.
Probably gonna be 6. Watch.
I don't think he can.
I have him muted. I can't hear what he's saying, so I can't have him and you both on.
Well, tell him to write in the chat.
Tell him to write it in the chat?
Yeah.
Write it in the chat, Kittles. Okay.
It's gonna be 6 probably. He seems like a 6 type of guy.
So, Gotti.
Let's see what he does then, huh?
We got to tell Dougie what I did.
You sure you want to tell him?
No, he hasn't put anything in the chat.
I may have, because I called him on the phone, I think, yesterday, right, Doug?
He's usually against this kind of thing,
I don't know what you're talking about, Billy, but yeah, we spoke on the phone yesterday.
Well, I cloned Gotti and
man,
took Vader's on it with Wolfie.
Oh, my God.
I made a perfect clone of Gotti, right? I did it for Wiggin. Wiggins been wanting me to clone Gotti. I call Gotti and I call us all kinds of
Whoa,
hell.
whoa, 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 whoa! Hold up, 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 hold up! Pause, 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 Billy, pause,
Yes, Ben.
pause, rewind, 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 rewind.
I can't.
You said you did it. You did it for who?
Wigan.
Up your ass, you fucking rat! You didn't do it for fucking Wigan. You didn't do it for Wigan. You didn't do it for fucking
When he
Wigan.
got mad at you and called you pedophile.
I told you to do it, you asshole. I fucking told you to do it. You didn't fucking do it for Wigan. You didn't fucking do it for Wigan. You did it for me. I told you to fucking do it, you idiot.
I know I did it for you. That's why.
Why the fuck would you say you did it for Wigan then? Why are you fucking kissing his fucking ass? Oh, fuck you.
Maybe he just likes hearing you get upset.
God needs Billy. God needs Billy.
God, maybe he's just trolling you. You ever think of that?
Did I just get trolled? Is that what happened there?
Oh, we did a great troll job.
You did a great troll job. You did.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of people who I talk with, and they're like, "Oh, I told this guy. You know what? I cloned this guy. You know what? I'm not impressed cloning people." And
I knew he would be. I told you you'd be down on it. I told you.
It's like, told him. I mean, I'm not down on it. Do what you want.
That's
Everybody do what you want. I'm just saying. To me,
Doug.
it seems a little sophomoric. I don't know.
Doug, exactly. It is sophomoric, and that's what we're all about over here at Hayden's fucking dormitory. We're all about the sophomoric shit, all right? We're not up in the hoity-toity clouds like you, Doug, going across country, meeting people, and fucking having little interviews and fucking experiences all across the fucking globe. We don't do that shit. We have
I went into
sophomoric
read
humor.
in Times Square today for about 10 minutes, like an hour ago. And I was like, fuck this, man.
I know, right?
I don't even
Right?
want to read it. You know what I mean?
It's a waste of time. What's the point?
That's a complete waste. Gotti, I noticed that you're there again now, but you spent a long time. You weren't in there, at least not as Gotti.
I'm always there.
You didn't go in there for a long time.
I'm always there in spirit. Everybody's dropping my name every day. I'm always there.
Okay.
That's Billy.
Especially
So Gotti, check out the band. I'll be streaming them again tomorrow.
What was the band? Tell me the name.
Jerry Joseph and
Mary
Jack Mormon. They're posted on my channel, man. You can
Are they Mormons? I'm not down with the Mormons.
They're not Mormons. Do you know what a
Okay.
Jack Mormon is?
I've heard the name, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
I have. I've heard the name. I don't know what it is though.
A Jack Mormon
A Jack
is an ex-Mormon, someone who's left the church.
Oh, okay. They left the cult.
Now, Jerry is not and never was a Mormon. It's just the name of the band because one of the band members is a Jack Mormon. Of course, he don't play with them no more. They got other people now. But
You said Jerry?
It's a long fucking story.
Did you say Jerry was a Jack Mormon?
Well, I didn't understand your question, Gotti.
You said Jerry was a Jack Mormon?
Jerry Joseph, he never was a Mormon. No.
Jerry
he's not.
Joseph never was a Mormon. But you're saying that Jerry was a Jack Mormon, but Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
But the name of the band is
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, Doug. Jeremiah. You know Jeremiah? He was a
Jeremiah
bullfrog.
was a bullfrog. Right?
He was a good friend of mine.
Fine friend of mine.
Yes.
I never understood a single word he said. Right? But he sure drank some mighty fine wine. Is that the way
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, and
Close enough.
all his relatives were fucking
Sure
fried
drank
up.
some mighty
Let me tell you something real quick. I was doing one of my missions in Nam, and we played that song. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Oh my God, the fucking whole jungle was fucking ablaze, and that fucking song was playing, and I'm thinking, oh man, if there's any bullfrogs down there, they're fucked. They're getting fucking fried. Holy fuck.
Is that Justin Boyle in my chat doing that?
Does Justin Boyle have a stinky puss or what?
Is that him doing it?
No, that's actually not Justin Boyle. That's actually
because he
Kat
Catherine.
You know Kat Lutinsky? That's her. Catherine.
Justin Boyle, I used to go to his live stream. He had some fairly good-looking girlfriend, right? Didn't he for a while?
Who, Justin Boyle?
Yeah.
You're talking about Spunky then, huh? Spunky?
Well, Spunky was his girlfriend. Spunky was all right.
She was.
But I guess
okay.
that was a short-lived relationship or something, right?
I think they're back together. I think they are. I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of turmoil there. She has a special needs son, actually, and a kid and Justin don't get along.
Hey, Gotti, do I trigger CB? Is CB
I don't know. I don't know what you do to CB, honestly. I don't want to know anything about what you do to CB. What CB does is none of my business. That's a mystery that we don't want
Great
cracked.
cow music. The heifer makers. Okay. Got you. I got you, Catherine.
She's a very nice woman, isn't she? She takes care of her dad. She doesn't bother anybody.
Lautinsky.
Yeah, she stays off
When
the
I
radar.
first met Catherine Lautinsky, she was JP 35 or whatever the number was, right?
Yeah.
And she was all into fish. And she would gloob gloob and glub glub all over the place.
Glub
right?
glub. Yes, I remember the glub glub.
Now she seems to be more into farm animals. Which
She
is
takes
fine.
care of her dad. She takes care of her invalid dad, and they have a good time together. They go for walks and stuff. Maybe he takes care of her. It's a good relationship.
Listen, they go grocery shopping and they do laundry too.
What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. We could all use somebody like that to do our grocery shopping and our laundry. What the fuck?
When's the last time you did your laundry, Gotti?
Oh shit! What year is this? Probably before COVID.
Before COVID, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's your friend Bud Noble.
My friend, that's Doug's friend.
Yeah, Bud's a friend of mine. Absolutely,
The
I'm
Billy-
not
the
afraid,
Billy
I'm not afraid
friend.
to say so.
He's
Why don't
telling me to go fuck myself. I'm fucking myself there.
Why don't you go meet him, Doug, and go chase
Bud.
a tornado with him?
I would
Jump in the tornado.
happily meet Bud Noble. Absolutely, I have.
I'd
no
like
issue
to.
with
I'd
Bud.
like to meet that fucker too.
He's 5'2". Oh, Billy, you're a little taller than him, but aren't you? You're 5'5" or something like that, aren't you?
5'8".
8. Holy shit, like a giant compared to
I
this
am a
little,
5'8".
this little gay gnome. You could just stomp
You
him
know,
out.
I
Billy.
just had a checkup at the doctor's about 2 weeks ago.
What they say?
I'm down to 182 pounds.
You're down 182 pounds? Or you're at 182
I'm
pounds?
at 182 pounds.
Bravo, fucking oh. You went
That's
from
pretty good.
fatso.
But I wish I weighed 182 pounds.
You went from fatso to not so. Good job, Billy. Good job, man.
Where is our friend DA at? What the fuck? The fuck did you do to that guy?
I'm gonna let you in on a secret.
Doug, what's your diet plan?
I know where DA goes, and I see him from time to time.
Yeah, and where? Don't tell him where you
I
see
ain't
him.
gonna tell
either.
you. I ain't gonna tell you where it is because it ain't none of your business.
I know where he goes.
Okay.
I don't care where he goes.
He goes to Cheers. He hangs out at Cheers all the time.
No, I get to see DA once in a while. Not often, but once in a while.
Doug, what are you up to weight-wise? You're up to 250, 280? What is it now?
I'm at 240, Gotti, and I
That's
lost
not
20.
bad.
Listen, I lost 20 pounds. I gained it back.
But
It's
what are
hard-
you? You're 5'7"?
It's hard to maintain a diet, man. It's hard.
You're about Billy's height.
I heard that you weighed about 400 pounds in a wheelchair.
It's close, more like to 350.
Gotti, I heard that you weighed close to 400 pounds. And were
I
in a
just
wheelchair.
said it's closer to 350. Yeah, Doug.
Closer to 350. Okay.
350. Yes.
That's
I
pretty
lost
big,
about,
man.
I lost about 2 pounds. How tall are you though?
pretty
What? You're 5'7", like Billy?
5'10".
Okay, all right, that's not too bad. You're fucking more proportional.
No, at 5'10", I shouldn't weigh more than 200 pounds, Gotti, at 5'10".
No, that's not true. That's not.
That's
you should be more. You should be around the 220
Look it up.
mark.
There's a chart. Go look it
So
up.
look it up. No, you're telling me look it up. I'm a fucking MD. It's around 220, Doug. It's around 220. It
You're a
should be.
dilettante. You're an MD. You're a dilettante.
A dilettante MD, yes. No, but you don't want to be under fucking 200. If you're a man, if you're a real man, you got to be at close to the 200 range. But you got to be also close to the 6
Yeah,
foot
but I
range.
don't need to be 240, Gotti.
You gotta be
You don't weigh
at least 6 foot tall.
240. You don't weigh
I
240.
do. I weigh 240, man.
I think he weighs more than that. But
You
that's
didn't weigh 240 when you were up here. You didn't look.
I
like
have
you-
lost weight. Listen, I tell you what. I dieted successfully for several months. I lost 20 pounds. I stopped dieting. It was a matter of a month before I gained all 20 fucking pounds back.
You think maybe you got a thyroid issue?
No.
I'm looking at your fucking chin. It's fucking huge.
But listen, my AC1 is good. My cholesterol is good. I'm not diabetic. And I
you
just
sure?
went to the doc. Billy said he went 2 weeks ago. I went about a month ago and had all my work done up.
You're showing all the signs of hyperthyroidism. I'm sorry to say this.
Yeah, thank you.
It's the lower jaw
Listen,
area. It's right
I'll
around
take
the area.
I'll take your professional opinion for what it's worth. Okay.
Now, Billy used to have that, but he lost the weight. I can see it now. He doesn't have that anymore. But if your doctor says you're fine, I guess, go with that. I knew a guy that had hyperthyroidism. He was the slowest fucking guy in the world. Very slow mentally,
I
right?
thought that was you.
Very slow
I'll
mentally,
tell
but he was a fucking gem of a person. Very nice
tell you
guy.
this.
Give you the shirt off his back. Hold on, Billy. He was very slow, and I knew this guy for years, right? One day he came into the place, and he said, hey, how's it going? Everything was clear. He seemed like his intellect fucking jumped 200 points. He was clear as a bell. I said, hey, Brian, what's going on, man? Not for nothing. You were kind of like slow all these years. You kind of like, I thought you were kind of stupid. Not to insult you or anything like that. He said, you know what? I went to the doctor. He gave me a fucking pill for hypothyroidism. The next day, my whole brain cleared up. Everything fucking cleared up. It was like he was a genius overnight, this guy. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, one fucking pill killed this fucking guy's whole thing. So you guys could check that out and maybe get a pill and something like that. You guys can clear up all this brain fog.
I don't think that if you don't lose the weight, honestly, if you're going to take a medication or there's shots people put in their belly or whatever, and you lose the weight, you're not going to keep it off because you're going to stop doing that one day and the weight's going to come back.
That's not going to work. That shit never works.
That's the hard part about a diet, maintaining the same amount of calories each day and getting the proper exercise, managing your calories.
You see the end result of these people? They look like ghouls. Their whole fucking souls were taken out of their fucking body, and they look like
if you have weight to lose, you don't really.
If you can't force yourself to lose weight, honestly, if you're going to go on a medication, there's good reasons to use the medication. Diabetics, people with heart conditions get prescribed these things. There's good reasons to use those if you have to lose weight, if the weight's killing you.
There are some side effects on that Ozempic pen, though.
What I heard about the side effects was that they give you diarrhea every day, like 5 times a day.
Who wants that? Who fucking wants diarrhea every day?
Well, listen, if you ever had diarrhea for several days, you lost weight.
Oh, I did.
You lost weight.
And if you're type 2 diabetic and you're not feeling good.
I'm not diabetic. I was shocked to learn. I said I went to the doctor. I'm not diabetic. So, no. Okay.
Sorry.
Shout out to all you diabetes patients out there.
Ketoacidosis is type 1 diabetes.
Type 1. That's the manageable one, right?
That's where your pancreas doesn't produce insulin to break down the sugar.
Yeah, the pancreas doesn't produce insulin. I was fully expecting the doctor to tell me that I was diabetic and have to change my diet, blah, blah, blah. None of that. I said, no, you're not.
That's good.
That's one of the reasons why you go and have blood work done.
The blood work.
You ever go to your doctor and he's like over fucking 350 pounds and he's telling you to lose weight? I'm like, what fucking nerve this guy's telling me to fucking lose weight?
Dude, back in the 70s, I go to the doctor and the doctor's office would be smoking cigarettes.
That's the worst. That's the fucking worst. There was a guy.
I knew a dentist that was like that great big of a man. This guy was fucking huge.
You can't do work like that. I'm sorry. He needs to be reported.
So I had a tooth extracted a couple of years ago. The dentist was a petite little Asian woman, right? She literally got the fucking pliers on my tooth, put her knee up on my chest, climbed up,
wow,
ripped the fucking tooth out.
Did she give you no happy ending?
No happy ending, no.
Of course. Too bad.
Hey, Gotti.
But it's fun. They get the tooth and then they start doing this. Like, with
ooh,
the fucking
fuck that. Fuck that.
Hey,
yeah,
Gotti. You think my friend Wolfie will come up and visit me just to piss Vader off?
Right now?
No, she doesn't have to do it right now.
No, probably in the far future.
Yeah. Sometime come in and say hi and tell Vader he's the fucking pedophile.
I spoke to him yesterday. Was it yesterday? I spoke to him earlier today. I tried to have a conversation with this guy to see what his motivations are.
I see
He's really angry. Did you see the show? Did you watch his show today? He was really fucking angry. He's watching right now, actually. He's watching right now.
Yeah,
he's going to get very angry about that. We mention him.
Hey, Billy, give me the screen. I posted this short this afternoon from outside my hotel, my motel where I'm staying. Let me give me the big screen.
Okay.
I'll show this to you.
Yeah, I wasn't in the middle of a conversation or anything.
Wait, let me start it again. Here we go. Where's my camera up there? Look.
What's this? What's this? Some pedophile shit? What is this?
It's a motorcycle.
No, not a motorcycle. He told me what it was. A villa something. I forgot what he said.
It's a snowmobile. It's a bumper car.
It is a snowmobile. Watch this.
It's a single seater. It's got one wheel in the front.
It's 2 seats. But that guy's so big, he ain't gonna fit 2 people in there with him.
He modified that. It's not something that you buy. Yeah,
that's what I need. I need one of these.
He bought that shit. He told me. I spoke to him.
It's like a torpedo.
Yeah.
It looks like a fucking torpedo.
It
It looks like a race car.
It's what they call a
I need one of
Can-Am.
these.
Look at
It's
that
what they
shit.
call a- Yeah, it's what they
We
call
should
a
all we
Can-Am.
should all get one of these.
Yep.
God, you're too big to fit in that fucking thing.
No, I can fit in that fine, Doug. Don't worry. I could have a sidekick.
I'm
too.
teasing you.
I know.
Now wait this, wait.
Oh.
Watch when he parks next to. He had a buddy with him.
It's a 3-wheeler, huh?
That's a 3-wheeler.
I see it now. Yeah.
It's a front wheel drive and steers in the front.
That's a death.
He was
That's
riding
like
with a buddy. Check what his buddy was riding.
That's like a go-kart.
It'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, Bombardier makes them.
Bombardier, the co-pilot.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
That's a tricycle. That's a trike.
Yeah, these are kind of gay, actually.
The trike was pulling the little trailer.
I'm good. I'd rather have a golf cart or something like that.
Anyway, I just thought that was cool. I made a little short and posted on my channel.
Those are for people that want attention on the road. You know, you can easily just swerve into them and fucking.
No, I think those were old bikers. Those guys, they both look like bikers. They had the POW flag. I think they're guys who probably rode motorcycles their whole lives, and now they're like older than me, and I'm 60, and that's what they're driving these days. You know what I mean?
The trike.
Well, the one guy was a trike, obviously. The other one looked like a fucking torpedo, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah. He couldn't afford a Batmobile, so he bought one of those.
You could buy a Batmobile fairly reasonably priced, I think.
You can get a DeLorean for like $20,000. One of those refurbished ones.
What do you want a DeLorean for?
Why not? It's cool. It's a chick magnet.
Okay,
Hey,
I'm gonna go, Billy. Thanks for having me up.
All right, Doug.
I want to stop in and say hi.
Yep.
Billy, Doug, be safe on the road, will you?
I will. Thank you very much.
No problem, man.
Cool beans. See you later.
And tip your hooker, will you?
Yeah, tip the hookers. Oh,
no hookers, man.
Yeah, bullshit.
Look, I'm here with you. I'm here with you, right?
Yeah, they're on their way. Don't worry. Enjoy. No hookers. No fucking hookers, my ass. This is why he does this. He goes across country looking at hookers all day. He tries to give him the old fucking Dougie special. His poor wife. Who's he going to meet? He's going out west?
Oh, if he does that, imagine what she does.
Who, the wife?
Yeah.
Oh, imagine who she does. Yeah, who doesn't she do, you mean? Fuck. She did the whole New York Knicks team last week, I heard.
I'd be keeping it quiet.
You talked to him on the phone for hours, and then he comes up on the panel?
No, I called him yesterday to bitch about Patrick New York, his friend.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. That's what you really call him for? Holy fuck, dude. People aren't safe from you outside of this shit either, huh?
You know, I don't do it. You know, I don't make the prank phone calls and that. I put Patrick's number because he's going over to Alpesh and who are we gonna call today? And let's post reviews and all that. Them going over, you motherfuckers that did that with Alpesh. That dumb motherfucker. I talked to my chief of police today.
What'd they say?
Big old grin on his face.
Did you talk to the guy? Or
I asked him. Yeah, I tried to get some information. You know, if you guys, can you do anything about him? But and then he did mention, you know, there's, he's committed felonies, federal felonies, doing that shit online like that, threatening a fucking judge.
Of course, but nobody's doing anything.
Oh, they got him recorded.
The judge doesn't care.
He did one day. What's his name came down and talked to me about it was Daggett, right?
Oh, shit.
Because he kept getting a phone call, and I had already talked to him. Now, here's the deal. One of the women that works as a dispatcher, right, graduated from high school with my sister JC. So she's older than me.
Okay.
Still working at the cop station as a dispatcher.
Okay.
Right? So she's the one taking a phone call.
Yeah.
And you know, this is my hometown. Everybody knows who the fuck I am. Well, anyways, yeah, Alpesh, one of these days he's going to get a knock at the door. I'd like to see that happen, but yeah, if he disappears, you'll know why. all of a sudden you don't see him going live or anything like that? Because he sits over there and he blocks us all in his chat. He's blocked everyone I've gone in there. He calls me out. So I go in there. So I quit doing it. Once in a while I do it, and I fooled him every time. And then he runs his mouth. And then you got people like Andy and Patrick been going over there. And, the thing with Patrick Rowe. And then he's got his other little buddies, that Paul Beach Life. These motherfuckers from Britain. Fuck you, cocksuckers. You guys lost. George Washington was not born in England. And there's no language called British. There's not a British. It's called English. And it actually comes from mainland Europe. Dumb fuckers.
English, British.
English language is derived from Germanic language and the French and Latin. Fucking morons.
Yeah.
I'm out here to have a good time in that, but they say, oh, it's just chat. No, you guys, you take it too seriously. No, you guys do.
So you have no idea how much people take this shit seriously. There's people out there that'll make Vader look like a fucking picnic, okay? He's nothing compared to the people that are out there that take this shit fucking seriously.
Well, Alpesh is one of them.
No, even him, even those guys, they do it.
Oh, there's
joke. Well, there's people out here that fucking make them look like nothing.
All those people that worked for worked for Facebook and they turn people in. They've thought, right?
Yep. They're on a moral crusade.
That's people like Rom, those guys. Seriously.
Rom works for Facebook? Wow.
He'd fucking turn somebody in on a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's looking for the right person to talk to.
He's the one that abused Mary Burney the most. I'd like to be standing toe-to-toe with you, Rom, just once. Wigan fucking white knighted for him. Oh, he's a military veteran. Today he was posting, I'm British, as he fucking has the Palestinian flag. And even, that's not a good thing to troll with. And how ignorant is that? You're fucking British like that, and you fucking got the Palestinian flag. Yeah, free Palestine, free the innocent people from those who have them subjugated. Fucking losers.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even want to hear this word Palestine ever again.
It's that part of the country. That property used to belong to Egypt. Egypt gave it.
Egypt lost out.
That area right there. And in Palestine, they get their water and electricity from Israel. If Israel wanted to really kill all them people there, all they got to do is shut the electricity off. The fuckers would fry out in the desert. Is this nothing but desert?
Well, they don't want to kill those people there. They want them.
No, they don't.
As long as they're there, they're going to get money from us, right?
And our friend Wigan talks about that. He fucking 1 minute, is he pro-Israel? Are you a Christian or are you not a Christian?
Yeah, I don't talk about Wigan anymore. He gets very offended when I mention his name, so I'm not going to say anything.
Well, this is
it's your show, so feel free.
Yeah, well, this is a freestyle show here. Got to keep it that way. And this is for veterans, and they keep making fun of my friend Tom.
Yeah, there's no need for that either.
I like Tom.
He got bit by an asp or something like that.
Yeah. Did you hear the joke I said to him about it? I said, at least the snake didn't eat you.
There you go. Did he lose the leg or no?
He's in a home, so he's somewhere else getting rehab. He was in the chat there earlier. Was he up on my panel a couple nights ago? I forget. He's in and out. I don't know. Rocky might stream from time to time. I haven't noticed him live. I think he had one. He was going to be live, but I got to be in the right account to see it. So I got to go and look because I change accounts all the time.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't lose the leg. That'd be rough.
So, time will tell. We'll see. He sounded good.
It's real good. That's important. You got to sound good before you feel good.
And he's an older guy. You get bit by a snake when you're that age. He's probably lucky to be alive. It's that simple.
Yeah, he is lucky.
And then these fuckers want to come after me. Patrick Rowe, the snake won. I'm getting hungry.
You didn't order food yet? I got a pizza on the way.
Oh, I got to go make something. What time is it?
Like 7:45.
Oh, you're an hour behind me, so.
Oh, you didn't eat? It's fucking 8. What is it, 8:45?
No, I haven't had dinner yet.
Holy shit. Jesus, man. Why are you waiting so long to eat?
I wasn't really going to open the panel. I was listening to the news, and then I decided to open the panel because Bud No Balls come in here and wanted me to post a link, but he won't come up here.
Oh, you were so riveted by Doug's conversation that it kept you up here. Okay, I understand. Yeah, that happens.
That's going to get Patrick New York and all the other ones going.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Doug coming up here. It's a double-edged sword right there.
He comes up to gaslight you. You know that, right?
Well, I don't know. Can I be gaslighted?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
You usually just blast off before they even can light the match.
You think any of these fuckers could make a patrol on a submarine? Think any of these fuckers could work 90 days straight?
I don't think so.
Actually, 120 days straight, because the first 30 days is refit. They test and stuff like that. Then you do your sea trials, and then you go to sea for 90 days or thereabouts. Every day is a work day.
Every day.
Potato peel. Somebody was, I think it was Charm, because they were making fun of it to Andy, right?
But it's at Manly Beach, right? That big one.
The cook's job in the military is probably one of the most important jobs there is. It's a thankless job, too.
To be a cook, yeah, you smell like shit all day, too. There's the fucking sweating and all the fucking mixing of the spices and shit. All gets in on you.
Neither Andy or Patrick New York could fucking stand one day of that kind of work. Not one day.
Yeah, I fell off the panel. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah. What's JT's problem? Can we talk about him?
Talk about him if you want. He's nobody to me. I wouldn't even fucking waste my breath.
He's another dilettante. You know what dilettante? You know what dilettante means, right?
A debutante. Yeah, he thinks he's full of himself.
No, not debutante. No.
A total debutante.
Dilettante.
Is that the word of the day? Are we getting paid every time we mention it?
You want me to read the meaning of it to you?
Can you spell it for us without looking at it?
It's right there on my screen. Dilettante dude.
Oh, dilettante. Okay, dilettante dude. Okay.
Oh, look that word. Google that word.
Dilettante.
Google the meaning of that word. Tell me what you think.
Let me see. Dilettante.
I found another word for these suck fucks.
Did you learn this from the O'Reilly show or something? Dilettante.
No.
That person, a dilettante, is a person who has a superficial interest in an art or a field of knowledge, a dabbler or an amateur. There you go. He kind of fakes it to make it, right? An amateur who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, pretty much.
Doug said poser, so I got to give him the correct answer. So look at that picture of Andy. He thinks he's so fucking cool.
Tone, usually used as a critical or disapproving word for someone who may pretend to know more than they actually do. Yeah, 100%. You remember Commander McBride?
What's that? You were muffled.
You remember that guy, Commander McBride? He had a series of cartoons back in the day.
No, I don't.
Commander McBride. He used to be part of the Moose and Squirrel cartoon hour, whatever the fuck that was. I used to hate that shit. But he'd be sitting there with his buddies, old Englishmen. He'd be like, "Oh yes, I remember the time I was sailing the Serengeti with my friends, holding the one pistol in my hand, as the tribesmen were following me across the sea, and I had to one by one take them up." He was just one of those people that would brag about his accomplishments and all this shit, right? That's pretty much it. That's how they are, these people. They come up here one by one, tell their stories, and just brag all over and over again. Nobody really cares. After you've been to Nam and seen the horrors of Nam, not much can fucking.
Hey, Gotti, did you see the views on my last 2 or 3 broadcasts?
I actually didn't check. Should I have?
I'm getting. People are watching.
You over 500?
No, not that much, but it's over 200.
That's great. That's great, man.
And I'm not, I'm only live. I'll stay live for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever.
My 4th of July short got over 1,000, so that's I retired it, and I got the Wigan one. The Wigan one's creeping up on 1,000. I'm going to retire that at 1,000. I like even numbers.
So do you not like my new clone, Dilettante, dude? Who do we need to put in there?
Is he in the room? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it, actually. I really don't. I don't care for it. I see the picture. It's like, who cares?
That's Andy.
Yeah, Andy, yeah.
That motherfucker's queer for me.
Whoever the fuck Andy is.
Yeah, I'd like to know his last name. That'd be cool to know.
I think he had a car accident.
Probably Shepherd or some shit.
Or he shit his pants or something.
Now, did you see me when I was live and I talked about when Mary let you up on her panel? And it was actually Monica's panel, and you fucking made her laugh over Monica.
That was a great night. That was so fucking fun.
Do you have a copy of that we can play?
I don't. I would love to watch that, actually. Does Mary keep her fucking shows up?
You see, God fucks up once in a while, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was really good. I went up there, and I started shitting on Monica, and she comes flying up there. And she said, "No, Gotti, no, you're not going to shit on me on my own stream. I'm paying for this. I'm paying for this." I said, "What? This is Mary's fucking stream. What are you talking about?" "No, I let her use my account, and you're fucking shitting on me. I'm paying for it." I said, "You're paying for me shitting on you? This is fantastic. I've never heard of such fucking wonderful news. Fucking go cry about it." She did. She went right to JC, started fucking bitching and moaning. Started this whole fucking thing that lasted like 2-3 weeks. It was fucking insane. Mary threw me under the bus. She's like, "I didn't do it. Gotti made me do it." I literally went up there for fucking 10 minutes. That was it, max.
But Monica's her friend.
Whole fucking instigating story it was. But it was funny, though. Led to other shit, too. It led to a lot of other shit that snowballed. It was pretty weird.
Remember when Wigan used to talk about chat value, people who have chat value?
Yes, I've heard whispers of this chat value.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, Charlie, what's his chat value on a scale of 1 to 10?
Charlie chat value is a -2. Easily a -2. He brings nothing to the table. Even if he had any musing stories about Tiffany and his torrid affair with Tiffany, he used all that shit up. He hasn't even fucking said a word about that shit. So what's the point? If you need a toady, if you need like somebody to fucking lick your ass, if you need your ring kissed, if you need your balls washed, like, going over to the other side, fucking Charlie's your man. And if he can't do it, Electro can. Electro. What the fuck are we doing, Electro?
Yeah.
Jesus. Electro, get some fucking teeth, will you?
You know the funniest clone I ever made of Wigan is?
What? Desiree?
Ben Exhumed.
Exhumed.
Yeah, Ben Exhumed.
Ah, shit,
there's our little fucking our little novice boy, JT.
What's the word you call them? A dilettante?
Dilettante.
Dilettante.
I'm gonna have to put your picture in there. He's
I
in my
gotta go,
backstage.
I gotta go get some pizza. Oh, he's coming up. I'm gonna take it off, but you can have the show. I'm gonna go eat.
Okay.
All right.
All
See.
right.
Be good.
Billy, you want to talk about chat value? Your only chat value is having a soapbox for little fuckers like this to gas you up. That's about it.
Huh? He left. Where are you going, JT? Uh-oh, he's gonna be another Vader. What's the matter, JT? Huh? He left. Oh, what the fuck? Come on, JT. JT, I came up with a perfect name for you. I thought of you and I come across this word. I forgot all about this word. And I come across it. Not on the radio either. Now that's funny.
Yeah. Let us continue, shall we? Let's go to Eric, Napa, California, the great KSFO.
Yeah, I guess the news is over. Yeah, you do now because I brought it to light. I'm good at that. I have a way with words there, boy. Did you ask Wiggin to come here? Did you get permission?
In featuring Bliss, Nellis AFB, Travis AFB, featuring more, featuring Liberty Award-winning Tattoo Society.
Help me build a go-to-market deck for a new product line.
Why do you have to be so mean? You've been so bad. Why do you have to be so mean? Slam the door so bad. Why do you have to be so cruel? You gotta be someone in your bed. Feed me, I didn't love you. I wouldn't have. Was I not nice? Like diamonds in the ice. Was I not good? Love you like I should. Didn't I hold you? To keep you out of the cold. I kept all your secrets. Will you repair your soul? Why do you have to be so mean?
All right. I'll see everybody on the flip side. All right. Rusty's live, by the way. I don't know what she's doing. She's live.